talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. Now I won't be the one who always been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about. Money, make you shut your mouth. Never ever talk about it if you never had the clout.
You don't know what to say. Step out my way. Money's what I'm shutting off.
You playing with this goodies, boy, I had to make the call. Stay in bounds on your pivot, boy, if you're going for. A lot of niggas be fake. You really can't play. We done got it out the mud, nigga, what you talking about? Spread on my God, money got me pride. They living a lie, look into my eyes, they might seem surprised. This is homicide. We just multiply, even on the rise. If we got some wings, fuck it, we gon' have to fly. Money, we talking about. Day in my life, take me a different route. Use all my cash, niggas on my face. You can get it right, what you talking about? Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. Now I won't be the one who always been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about. You never crossing these borders. I'm whipping it up, quartering seat. I swear that I'm cooking these orders. Talk about me, you better just hope that you can just really afford it. I'm balling, I'm winning. I'm feeling like Robert's a horror. Nigga, I'm scoring. I count in the morning. They talk about me, then I gotta ignore it. My bitches be foreign, so independent, my money be corporate. These raps is boring. You hate me and I'm always gonna adore it. I'm smoking that soaring. She always go ahead and let me explore it. I call her my Dora. You can go and talk about me, I ain't flawless. I go put my all in. If a nigga talk about me, then I'm gone in. You know that I'm gone in. Jump in, take trips, compact, all day, always keep 3 stacks like Andre. I get it, man. You can never get rid of that. Watch what you say, and watch how you do. If you play the game, then you play by the rules. Money's what I'm talking about.
Talking about.
We don't really know what you been talking about.
You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. Money's what I'm talking about.
Yo,
We don't really know what you always been talking about. Now I won't be the one who always been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money's what I'm talking about.
so I got some good news. I got some real good news. Ooh,
Got some feedback too, sound like.
I got that too.
All of it.
Yep. So, the good news is 10/24, which is a very important date. 10/24 is my mother and my aunt that passed away's birthday. But it's also the day that we're going to release the Money Convo video on YouTube. I think the next day is a Sunday, which will be 10/25. We'll be playing it here live. So, you know, and it features CP3 as his alter ego or Everyday Lifestyle Gunman number 2.
See, we starting to show out already, and I'm trying to do good. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to live right, and automatically I get the thug tag put over my head. I'm surprised he don't have it underneath of my name on his feed. Thug number 2.
Rightfully so. It's rightfully so.
Gunman number 2.
That's
My
what
gun
you
is at home.
are.
It's at home. I didn't even bring it out today.
Oh, today.
Yeah, I wanted to stay home today.
Oh, okay. And I'm sure it has a lovely name.
No, I never did actually lay my pistol.
I'm shocked.
I just say my 4-5. I guess that's his name.
You expect us to believe you didn't name your gun?
No, see, I never
I'm
name my
shocked.
I never name my car. I never done that. Some people do. I've never done that for real. I've never named my car. Well, I did. I called it my bitch.
But that's not a name.
That's what I'm saying. I don't name. I mean,
how many other things do you call your bitch?
Right. True.
it depends. It depends.
Okay.
Yeah, it does vary. It does vary. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. We believe you. Not really, but
I
we gonna say
mean,
we do.
I'm always gonna speak the truth. Come on now.
Yes, love. Mm-hmm.
So,
Y'all know that. Even if it get me in trouble.
first of all, CP3.
Yes, sir.
Before we get all up into your business, how was your week?
Oh man, my week was great, man. You know, down at Honda Waldorf trying to get that first car off. Looks like deal should be closed by tomorrow, so I should have my first sale within my first week.
All right.
So wait a minute.
Oh, God. You see the peer pressure
Go ahead.
already?
Go ahead.
I can
So
feel
when
it.
you get that first sale,
I feel
you
the
can't
pin.
skip over this part.
I feel the peer pressure already, y'all.
Hold on. Off air, he agreed with me and Lady Antoinette.
I don't recall that. I don't recall that situation. It wasn't on tape. It wasn't on
How
video.
you know I wasn't recording you?
Yeah, how you know
Play
you
it
got
back.
iPhone?
Play
You
it
know
back.
good and well I'm petty.
Play it back. I ain't think so.
I'll play it back later.
I call that bluff.
Because you said some things.
But you agreed to take a shot
I
of
said
tequila.
I will take a shot. A shot of this super strong Mexican tequila that you got.
And a shot of Terramana.
Yes.
Shout out to Dwayne Johnson.
What is Terramana? Is it
Terramana
Is it
is
dark or white?
tequila.
Oh, it's another tequila. See, y'all trying to have me.
That's
fucked
the
up for-
rock. That's
Hold up,
his
all that. Well,
tequila.
that's
You
two
gotta
shots.
Support him.
But that's two
Yeah,
shots.
but you agreed to one shot of that.
I
and
just
then you go with a shot of something else.
whoa. We need to rewind it. I'm gonna go back and look at the tape. I don't recall saying more than one time. I just said I would take a shot of tequila. I didn't say nothing about different brands
I just said
now.
blah, blah.
See.
Come on, man.
I just
It's always
said
your
blah.
way out. It's only tequila, son.
And that's the problem. Y'all don't understand. I've been trying to tell them. They don't want to listen, y'all. They trying to get us taken off there and get me drinking tequila on air.
I don't see the problem.
All right.
I mean, we're good.
Very good.
I'm sorry. I can continue with your blessed week.
Oh yeah, it's just been a good week. You know, it's amazing. I was having a conversation with one of the veteran salesmen at the dealership. It's amazing how perspective and peace of mind changes your life. You know, I was working for a job for 20 years, making great money, but I was miserable. And, you know, wanted to fight every day, walked in with my fist balled up because I had people coming at me. Now, you know, I'm broke, but I'm happy because I'm in the job where people appreciate me. They see what I can do, see my potential, and actually are trying to help me reach that potential. And the bonus is actually a nice, you know, financial, you know, payoff for it. So, it's just amazing.
So the only thing wrong with your statement is this.
What's that?
That you're not broke.
I mean, I'm not.
You gotta. If you say that the thing about it is, and this is what I believe, because I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of The Secret, that's my thing. When you say something like I'm broke, you're proclaiming that you're never gonna get broke.
Well, see that the way I look, the way I stay from not being broke, is saying I'm broke even when I'm not broke. Because in my mind, I know if I got money, I'm gonna spend it. So I always like to think I'm broke, even though I'm not. I'm not financially where I want to be, but I'm not broke. But in order for me not to be broke, I got to say I'm broke. If you understand that logic?
Power in the tongue.
I mean, but that's never stopped me from getting money. That's the thing.
Okay.
Even when I was doing my stuff illegally, that I was doing
Wait,
allegedly
you're not gonna say that.
back in the day.
We're not gonna say that.
I
right
was,
now.
I said allegedly. I would, you know, have that same mindset. No matter how much money I have in my bank account, I'm always going to think I'm broke because I want more.
Okay.
And that's, you know, but I respect, I definitely feel what you're saying about the power in speech and putting it out
The
there.
conversation is this. Not all conversation is meant to be agreed upon.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like you see, you have your perspective of it, and I
Yeah.
have mine. So, you know, and we can do that without, you know,
Hey, smacking each other around and shit.
Without insulting or cursing at individuals.
Well, we do, but it's never it's never in you know, anger or anything. It's just
That's
in
what I'm
conversation.
saying.
Yeah.
But
that's-
you know, we gotta keep an eye on you.
What I ain't see since you've been on the show, I ain't done nothing too crazy.
it's still
I might have
happens
said
before the
some.
show.
You done said something.
I not said did. I've
air.
said some stuff.
You haven't done this on air, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. On this show.
Nah, period. I don't-
So before you got here though, he did believe.
That's what I'm saying on this show.
See, that was polite ribbing. That wasn't even really an insult.
Polite to
What?
justify his job.
Hold on,
because you
hold on,
called him a
hold on.
burger
You
flipper.
said polite what?
Polite
Ribbing?
ribbing,
Ribbing.
you know.
I was about to say what?
He said
That's for a different show.
He basically, yeah, that is. He basically told dude, if you thought if he's like, dude said something like, well, he could be a better coach. He's like, well, then you should be coaching instead of being a burger flipper.
I'm
Right.
just saying.
That's
I mean,
so mean.
if he, as I said, if he was a better coach, he'd be on the sideline somewhere right now, right, instead of punching keys on this Facebook Live feed watching me. That's just, you know,
That's not
I
what you
appreciate.
said, though.
That's
But
not what you
I did say that also,
Oh.
along with what I also
Oh,
said
okay.
too. Like I said, I'm transparent, and like I told him, it's nothing personal. I'm just trying to make it, you know, have
Dude
some
had to
fun.
tell, dude was like, I work for Metro for 20. Like, you know, Lady Antoinette, you know you angry when you start telling people how long you work. Like, I can let this. That's like.
He done
That's
gave
like
you
when
the
a mom-
whole resume.
I'm
You
just,
know when your mom get mad at you and she be like, man, I was in labor for such and such hours. Like that nigga was like your mom.
I
He
was
like,
in labor with you for 64 hours.
Yeah.
I mean,
When you
I pushed your big head out.
I mean, sometimes, you know, I
when
know
he
how
starts
to.
telling you how long he's been at his job and he got benefits and he got a pension and a
He
401k.
done told you every award that he got.
All I'm trying
You
to
got
say
under
is,
that
I was
man's
employee of the
skin.
month last month.
let's just say I know how to push people's buttons sometimes by saying some
But you
things
do
that
it
I
on purpose.
I know, but I don't do it with ill intent.
And
What?
And
What
then,
intent do you have?
Just to see what might happen.
CB3, you said y'all stopped being emotional with like Carl Thomas.
Yeah.
Maybe you need a turtleneck.
Right, a turtleneck.
A turtleneck
You
and
told
go
that
sing in the
man.
rain.
You told that man.
Summer
to
Rain
put
was
on
one of my
the-
favorite Carl Thomas songs.
It doesn't matter. You told that man to go put on the turtleneck. And be Carl
I'm
Thomas.
just saying.
And
it
go
was-
sing in the rain. though. Not just put on a turtleneck, but then go outside when it's raining and sing.
But you don't get that on any other post game live show. I gotta be unique. I gotta be me. You don't get that anywhere else. That's what you get on Sports OTHP with CP3, baby. It's just, you know, we just having fun, but we talking real info. We not doing anonymous sources as I'm having somebody responding to my live thread that I ended 15 minutes ago. I love live feeds because
You want to say something to him real quick?
because he's not even on. Because he's not even worth it.
Okay.
Because I might go a little too far
But
because
you-
I got some choice
While
words.
we're sitting here talking and you're trying to defend yourself, I can guarantee in that feed right now,
I didn't say nothing
as
bad.
we're talking, you are working your way to insulting this person's entire being.
Not yet.
If CP3
He
goes
said
quiet,
Not
if
yet.
CP3 goes quiet for more than 6 minutes, he's texting him.
Right. Angry texting, you know your thumb is moving.
And somebody said like, "Damn, you can text fast." I'm like, "Dog, I've been doing this for too long, man. This is fun." But
You
nah,
ever seen a nigga angry texting?
Right, that's what I'm saying. His thumb's gonna be moving.
I go grab my pistol when I angle text.
See,
So I
you
have
know
it right
what?
there.
You know what? What you got
Nah,
the pistol for? You want to shoot
Just
the phone?
yeah, I'm just like, you know, just getting that mode when you just want to.
Arr.
Nah, nah, I ain't really
Say
saying enough.
arr. But we're not supposed to label you gunman number 2.
I mean,
Perfect role.
I got labeled
Can I
that.
pick him or what?
I accepted the role and I engulfed myself in it. I wanted to be
No.
the best gunman number 2
you
that I
didn't
could
engulf
be.
yourself in it. You are
I don't.
gunman. See, some
I
people
don't-
have to research a role and they have to, you
He's
know,
also the getaway driver too.
see.
I used to be able to, you know.
See,
I did have a reckless driving charge that didn't
Notice-
go through
notice-
back in the day.
Notice he never said anything about being a getaway driver. He never denied that part.
he said, well. For those who don't know, or
I took
just
more
listening
offense
for
to the
first
gunman
time,
number 2.
Yes.
I'll be the getaway driver any day.
CP3 took on the role as gunman number 2. He brought
Mm.
his own props.
I was given the role. I didn't take. I was given the
You
role, and I
took
embraced
on the
it.
role. You accepted a role
Because
as
it was-
gunman number 2.
It was my acting debut.
and you
Yo,
brought
he-
your own props.
He
I was-
he had the outfit, the mask, the gloves,
and
I-
what?
and the gun.
I'm just.
And I
mean,
can't even call that a prop because a prop is usually fake.
I mean,
It's usually the fake item, like a
I told
toy
you.
gun.
I embraced the role. I wanted to be the best gunman number 2 that I could be in my acting debut, man.
No. You wanted to be the best gunman number 2. Period. Just leave it at that. Because it's not in my acting debut. No, you wanted to be the best gunman number
This
2.
is the first time I was
In
on
the
tape with my weapon that I wanted to be on
You
tape
look real
with my
comfortable
weapon.
on the rock.
And the only reason why you were comfortable being on tape was because people would assume
No, it was a music
that
video.
this was a prop.
Well, Lady Angela, he looked real comfortable.
Of course he was.
Rolling up and throwing the young lady on the couch and
Pulling out his gat.
I mean, it was. I
he had the
mean,
stance and everything.
the part about throwing the young lady on the couch, that was more than just acting. That,
Yeah, I bet it was.
that was fun.
Was
Yeah,
she cute?
Yeah, she was.
And
yeah.
so,
Yeah.
in your head,
Uh-huh.
we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah, we talk about
I
off
don't
the
want
air.
you to say that on
Yeah,
camera.
we'll tell you off the air. But we definitely gonna have her here for an interview.
Oh,
I might try to
what
throw
we
her on the
gonna-
couch
what
again.
you gonna,
Reenact
We do not have
that.
a
We're gonna
casting
reenact that.
couch.
We're gonna reenact that scene from
we
the
have
video
a couch, but it is not a casting couch.
that you know of.
You know what? It's not gonna be a casting couch while I'm here. Okay, I don't want to see that. I will exit stage left.
So anything else happened?
How you gonna touch that? I will leave that one alone. Let's see what else. It's pretty much just been on the grind, just learning the business, learning all the computer stuff, just having fun, enjoying the sports season. We got the World Series about to start right around the corner. Game 7 of the NLCS will be first pitch, I believe, is at 8:00 after the football game. Tampa Bay punched their ticket last night after Houston forced Game 7 after losing the first 3 and coming back and winning the next 3. Mm-hmm. But Tampa was able to win Game 7, and they're going to be in the World Series, and we'll see between Atlanta and the Dodgers tonight who will be going from the NL. I guess I'm probably rooting for neither one to win because I don't like neither one of them. One of them, the Braves, is in our division, and the Dodgers, I just can't stand them anyway.
What did the Dodgers ever do to you?
Right, I can understand the Braves.
The playoff disappointment is when Kershaw came in and beat the Nationals at National Park to get them to the World Series, and the Nationals sent them home. And the fact, I just think they're overrated because they're kind of like the Yankees of the West of the NL.
They are.
How they go over the luxury tax, buy all the top players, and they still come up short, which is the fun part for me. So I'm hoping that they do come up short, even though if Atlanta does, man, I don't know if I would even like Atlanta making the World Series. So I guess I'm.
hate one more than the other.
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
I think I hate Atlanta more.
I hate Atlanta more, but I think I hate the Dodgers with a deeper passion because of the playoff hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, they've won the division the last 2 years, but before that, the Nationals pretty much handled them. So it's starting to become more of a rivalry. And I mentioned on Sports OTHP last week about Ronald Acuna Jr. He's a great ball player, but there's a thin line between arrogance and cockiness. I know I've had this conversation before. And some of his antics to me are a little, over the top. But as our baseball guy Brian says, that's the new baseball. The guys are flamboyant. They don't go by the old school rules. Certain things that they wouldn't do in old school baseball, these younger kids are doing now. So I'm trying to adjust to the new game. But the fact that we have a Juan Soto on the national squad that doesn't do all that over the top stuff, but has, does, if not better than Acuna on the field, and I still say he should have won the Rookie of the Year when they let Acuna win it because he had more starts and came up before Soto, even though their numbers were pretty much identical, even though Soto came up after him. Mm-hmm. But Acuna is the face of the Braves. That's a major baseball market. So I get it. At the time, Washington wasn't before they won the championship last year. So it's going to be interesting. But either way, whoever goes from the NL, I will be rooting for Tampa Bay, because I don't want either one of them to win another World Series. So Call me a hater, call me a diehard Nats fan. I don't care. Just call me CP3. That's all I give a damn about.
Well, you call him Gunman number 2.
Number 2.
If it's another acting role, yes, call me that. If it's not for that, then we'll talk offline.
Anyway, how was your week?
My week was lovely. I am renovating some things in my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a alternative workout that I've been doing this week. Fun. No, that's the alternative workout.
Okay,
renovation.
yeah. Okay, I had to get the context.
Yes.
Like, okay, now
I was
let's.
talking to you.
I was like,
It's never that
the word
fun.
alternative.
You talk about the way she said fun.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
The word alternative threw me off because alternative can mean a whole
alternative workout, because I was talking about the renovations.
I get it. Yeah, I get it
I
now.
have like a whole dumpster in my driveway. Yeah, it's serious. It's full now, so I'm about to have them come pick it up. But
And dump it out.
No, just take the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you got more to throw out, or you
I
done?
do, but it's stuff like I can call bulk trash.
How much stuff did you throw away? Good God, you got a dumpster
Man, I'm
and got to
trying
call
tell
bulk
you,
trash?
We was doing, I said, renovating stuff. You got to throw stuff in there.
What? So how much you renovating?
You know, when you say renovate to him, that means dumping bodies and stuff. He's actually renovating a house.
Just because ammonia is involved.
What?
I mean, sometimes you gotta get that deep cleaning. You know, you don't want no trace of anything that shouldn't
Well,
be there.
why would I put it in a dumpster that there's
You
record
really need to
that
watch some
way?
happy ass movies.
Oh, you know they bringing Dexter back, dog?
Oh, I love that.
Oh man, I just saw. I don't know if it's true. I haven't got it confirmed, but I saw somebody said that they supposed to be starting Dexter back up. Man, I told you. Me and that dude related to two. Yeah,
Wait,
I related.
I need you to stop right there.
Yeah.
I need you to stop. Right there. But
I'm
my
praying for your safety.
I understood him. a little
my
bit.
my week was it was busy, but not anything worth talking about. It was just smooth and stuff, having fun.
Okay.
Sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today was a good day because, as you can tell by my hat, my sorry ass Giants got their first win today.
Boo.
But I'm a realist. Like, I'm not saying we're gonna win the NFC East or whatever, because we still suck. And it was just a battle to lose a bowl.
I was gonna say that game was horrible.
So,
I disagree. I don't think it was a
That game
horrible
was
game.
horrible.
From a
Both
football
teams-
perspective, it wasn't horrible.
But both teams are horrible.
Yeah, they're bad, but it was still a quality game. It was a close game. It wasn't a blowout. You ain't have a whole bunch of BS going on. You had a couple of crucial turnovers at crucial times, and you had a coach that had a quarterback that everyone in the city is, the quarterback situation, and he actually fumbled the ball, gave the Giants the lead, and actually was able to go back on the field and engineer a game-tying, almost game-winning drive after doing that with less than 3 minutes, which is progress from the offense, which is what people have been asking for. Unfortunately, it was in a loss because he went for the 2-point conversion instead of settling for the field goal,
Right.
which he's done before, which, as I said on the postgame, I don't have a problem with.
well, that's the thing was, I was talking to my man outside. He was a Redskins fan. He was like, "Well, you shouldn't have went for the 2-point conversion." I was like,
Wait, what team?
I'm sorry, a Washington football team fan.
Hey, man, it's hard, bro. Trust me.
I know it is.
So, and he was like, he should have never went for it. I was like, here's the problem with what you're saying. He was like, what's that? I was like, so if he goes with a tie and they lose, what are you gonna say then? He should have went for the 2-point conversion.
You should have went for it.
And if he went for the 2-point conversion, made it, then you would be happy.
That's the same thing
I
I
was
said.
like, he's in a basically a damned if you do, damned if you don't
Correct.
situation.
Correct.
Welcome to Washington.
And I was like, truthfully, he did the best call that he could. That's the gamble.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if
I
he would have
probably
made it,
did.
y'all would be like, "Oh my God, he's the greatest coach."
They'd have been
ever."
running in the streets
'cause
right
you're
now.
supposed to go for the win. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's why I
Not
said it
go
was a
for
good
the
game.
tie, go for the win.
That is correct.
Like I said, I think it was a good game. Like I said, coming from a football perspective, from a coaching perspective, to me it was a good game. And Washington just came on the wrong end of it. I don't like giving up the first victory to the Giants. I say that in the pregame. I say that in the post. I know you do. You walked in right after the damn fumble recovery and shit. It's like he willed that shit happening from walking down the street. Like as soon as he hit the block, something crazy happened, and they run it back for a 50-yard fucking fumble recovery and shit.
I was gonna put on my LT. just to show you how much of a hater I really am.
Oh
I
man.
have a Lawrence Taylor jersey. I was gonna put with the Giants hat. I was gonna do that,
Oh,
but I'd rather wear my At the Bar podcast shirt,
It's-
sponsored by Eric Kuza.
It's all
So I just
good.
put the hat
man.
on for you.
It's all good. Like I say, it was a classic NFC East battle. Like you said, two teams that suck right now. Two teams that are trying to figure themselves out in a division that sucks right now. So I mean,
Yeah.
you can get emotional and get upset, but what really good is it going to do, man? I mean, ride it out. It's a rebuild for a reason. You
It's a
can.
rebuild for everybody.
So let's talk some craziness.
Oh shit.
So, because earlier today you asked me CP3,
Uh-huh.
what craziness I have going on.
Oh yeah.
So, there is, let me see, I can bring this report up.
You gotta bring the whole report up, y'all.
Hey man, got to confirm them sources, baby.
Because I really couldn't believe somebody was this stupid. Oh, and I found it. And yeah.
There we go.
So, rapper who brags about defrauding the government in music video gets arrested for actually doing it. A rapper who bragged about defunding the government of unemployment programs in a music video has been arrested on federal charges of carrying out the same exact scheme he mentioned in the video. What's his name? Fontel Antonio. He need to be arrested for his name.
That's his mama. His mama gave him that
Antonio Bale is 31, who goes by the name Nuke Bizzle.
Hold on.
Let's just stop there at the rap.
Hold on.
I thought you were talking about his.
I like his original name is bad enough, and now his rap name
rap
is
name's
like.
worse than the
I'm
original,
like,
right?
dude, you already done lost, bro. You already got 2 strikes against you.
How old is he?
31. Give it up.
Oh,
too
dang.
old for that.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, Nuke Bizzle was arrested after applying for more than $1.2 million in jobless benefits using stolen identities in a scheme to fraudulently attain unemployment insurance benefits under the Coronavirus Relief Act and economic security.
Lord.
He's originally from Memphis, Tennessee.
You.
Now resides in Hollywood Hills, California.
I bet he does.
Resides in the jail cell. He was explaining the pandemic unemployment assistance. This is what pisses me off because there are really people that really needed shit like this is going on.
And they had a delay receiving it.
Yes. So no, I don't even feel sorry for them, to be honest with you. I really think like you do some trash for doing it.
Right.
And then you make a video.
Incriminating yourself.
I mean, have we just not did we not learn nothing from like C Murder or any of these rappers that got locked up because of their rap lyrics? You know?
Well, y'all know my field.
I think, go ahead.
Y'all know my field.
Yes.
And I feel like in order for him to get by on this, there has to be some sort of checks and balances. He found a loophole of some sort, but at the end of the day, I understand there was a surge in people applying, but how did he get through? You know what I mean?
Let's just say, I may allegedly know some people that's might be involved in stuff like that is, just hit the fan, but there are people out there that are getting paid by setting folks up with unemployment benefits because they weren't able to get through. So there are ways that you can finagle the system and get the extra income. The fact that you rap about it.
But now we get to the stupid part.
Yeah.
Not only did you rap about it, you made a video.
Right.
So
probably with the money from the stimulus.
Yeah. Since the early 2000s,
oh man,
there's been a term called the hip hop police. So one of my friends, no lie, used to work for the DEA.
Yeah.
And he told me they had files and they listened to conversations of Snoop Dogg, Scarface. I think Dr. Dre was on there too. But it was a lot of rappers who conversations of people were being listened to.
Yep. Because of their lyrics.
Yeah.
So you have literally alerted them, and then they're going to investigate to see if what you're saying is true. They do that, and I don't know why people think they don't.
I mean, the Shine case. You make gangster lyrics, you shoot in the club, they're going to treat you as such.
Well, I think that right now the culture, unfortunately, is you tell all your business on social media, and your lyrics, I guess now your video as well. They're telling all their business. Like, people will literally go live and murder somebody. All for likes, all for the attention.
Yeah, it's about clout now.
Right. And they're not understanding that, hello, just like we can see it, so can law enforcement. Like, I just think that's so stupid.
I mean, unfortunately, that's the culture that we're in now. Excuse me, with social media and, folks portraying these lifestyles and portraying this and portraying that. Like, when we came up, we, like, one of my favorite songs, it says, real gangsters, real G's move in silence.
Yep.
You don't tell everybody what's going on. I do a lot of talking, But I do a lot of misinformation because I want to see who's going to go run and tell and how it comes back to me.
Right.
Because I've had a lot of that in my life, and that's why my circle is so small. Because I like to weed people out. Because I'm that type of asshole. I'm going to put some shit out there for you to be jealous, for you to run, go tell, and then go see who you go tell. And if they just happen to be one of my enemies or somebody that I'm not cool with, then you're done.
But we live in. If he was 22,
That would make more sense. However, it's still stupid.
We all know age don't mean shit.
But come on now.
wait a minute, no. Because if he was 22, I could be like, he's young and dumb.
Right. He just dumb.
At 31, the stuff I learned at 21 is way different when I'm at 31.
Right.
So if he was 15, I could probably give him a back.
But you got to think about where he came from. You said he's from Memphis. You're from New York. You grew up in a different mind. You grew up in Virginia and New York.
That don't mean shit.
It does because you have different stuff going on in those. At Memphis, he doesn't have that big picture mentality. So you've gone through stuff because of the places that you've lived at.
But
He
in
hasn't
Memphis-
gone through
and
stuff.
Memphis is smaller, so if you say something, it's smaller, so everybody can easily know your business.
Yeah.
With that said,
So he's used to
Why
just running
was-
his mouth because everybody already know because
no,
you're in a
but he's
small
used to-
community.
I could guarantee back in Memphis, he wouldn't brag about
He was
something.
living in Hollywood.
Right. Well,
He's in
now
Cali.
he's
Yeah,
in
I'm not saying
Cali.
his upbringing.
Right, but
He
at the
didn't.
same
He didn't
time,
have this. He doesn't
you're
have the
not
same.
gonna run your mouth and say something in Memphis because you know it's gonna get around, right?
Well, maybe that's why he was in Hollywood. Why he felt comfortable doing that because he wasn't at home. Maybe that was
But
his
his
logic. I
upbringing
guess.
will state that if you say something, everybody gonna know.
Yeah.
So if that's his upbringing, then
But
he
if-
should have shut his mouth.
I mean, but you got this generation now.
Was he 31?
He's not.
He's
He's 31.
He
Like
in
I said, he's
between.
31, but that doesn't mean that he's experiencing things that he should have a 31-year-old mindset.
If he knew,
He might just because he's 31
Let me
doesn't
say,
mean he's
regardless of
31.
Your age is stupid. I'm gonna say that.
I mean,
don't care how old you are. That's
It's
still stupid.
folks that's 60 do stupid shit.
I mean, but CP3, my argument is this: he knew enough to defraud him, right? So obviously,
You smart there, but you stupid here. No.
obviously,
Common sense ain't common.
but obviously he ain't too stupid. Obviously, he ain't too stupid because he figured a way to go from, hey, if I can get this from A to B and then C in my pocket. He knew how to do that, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
We can agree on that, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So he ain't dumb.
Nah, he ain't dumb. He life experience dumb, maybe.
And
Nah, I can't even give him that.
I
You
mean,
made
you-
how much money?
I mean, you got to if you
Come
make
on,
it.
man.
You
That's a
can't.
lot of money.
You
that's,
have to.
that's a lot of fraud.
That's a lot
But
of
that's
life experience.
but that's the point. The life experience. If you know you're getting away with something you shouldn't, the life experience will tell you to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously, with this 31-year-old, his life experience hasn't told him to
I
shut the
feel
fuck
like
up.
He just got comfortable.
I think if you doing flashy, for you to make a song,
Right.
I defrauded the government and then flash money in it. There was a rapper who killed in Chicago, killed his mother for the insurance money, and it said something about. There's another rapper who's sitting in jail because he bragged about shooting one of his partners, and when they got shot, they locked his ass up because it was detailed in the song.
Right.
There are so many instances of people doing this shit, and it's not working.
It's stupid. I mean,
It's never
So-
gonna work.
I never understood. I mean,
Like if you make a claim like that, common sense will tell you that somebody's gonna listen, and somebody's gonna report it, and somebody's gonna investigate.
I mean, there was a dude that was on Love and Hip Hop that got arrested for the fraud for those loans. Like his business had been closed already,
Right.
and instead of he took the money, and instead of him putting it back into the business, he went and bought him a Rolls Royce and like a $100,000 watch.
Yep.
you had some NFL athlete got caught a couple of weeks ago for doing the same thing.
A lot of people
So-
get caught, and here's my thing: it's out there, so it's not like these people are getting caught and it's a secret. Like a lot of times when you think that you're untouchable
Yeah.
and you have a little bit of money, I mean, just look at old girl from Full House. She thought she was untouchable,
Oh, you talking about the Aunt Becky?
Yeah.
I mean,
So my thing is, it's out there that people are getting caught up, when they're doing fraudulent things. So
why you bringing
why
Aunt
would
Becky?
you? Because she did something
No,
fraudulent.
but that got my
But
mind going
what I'm
somewhere
saying
else.
is that's in the news. These things are in the news. These people
Yeah.
are getting caught up. So why would you give them ammunition? Why would you? That's
But
that's
just
one
like you
thing I was
said,
taught
he got
when I
too
was
comfortable.
young,
His success made him think that he
and
was
that's when he
untouchable.
got stupid.
But that's why I say it's not really
Well,
about
he
that
was
because you
stupid to
got
begin with. I'm
yeah,
gonna
because
be
you
real
got
with
some of these athletes that have the same mentality because they make money and they're superstars and have these endorsement deals. They do stupid shit,
And they all
thinking they're
stupid.
going to get over because they're smart or they're this or they're that or they can do this on a basketball court. But in reality, because they live in that sheltered life, they setting themselves up for failure.
Right.
That's why I was saying age doesn't mean anything. You could have a 50-year-old motherfucker doing the same shit. That he could be defrauding Social Security. And he at the nursing home bragging to his buddies. One day, one of his buddies get mad at him and report his ass. So I mean, you have stupidity on so many different levels. But my whole argument with the whole defraud and stuff like, if you put all that energy that you're putting into defrauding whoever, if you put that energy into something positive and building your own thing, first of all, you'll be more successful at it. Second of all, you won't go to jail for it.
Well, well, you gotta know. I can tell you this now, because I would never. Nuki Bizzle. Isn't that? Yeah, that shit sounds like dirty throw up.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine saying that in the
He
club
need
and
to get
shit.
arrested for his name alone.
Wow.
Yeah, imagine saying we
Dirty
got the new
throw up?
record from
Yes.
Is
Nuki.
it clean throw up?
Well,
Well, you know what? No.
Okay, let's.
We're not talking about you throwing up stomach acid.
yeah,
We're not talking about that.
Yeah, we don't want your little perverted story.
yeah, that was a wild
So
one.
Ice Cube pissed off in Black America,
Man.
Yeah, that's been real interesting.
and I will tell you my stance on it. We can talk about it. I agree with Ice Cube.
I didn't really officially hear what the statement was, so could you
So
elaborate?
So basically, Ice Cube, the Trump administration basically gave him a shout out, saying thank you for working with us and stuff like that.
Meeting with us.
Yes, and Black America was mad, but yet we don't boycott DJ Vlad who said shit about black people. But anyway, so Ice Cube responded. A lot of people were like, cancel Ice Cube, we don't fuck with Ice Cube and all this other stuff because he's meeting with Trump and all this other stuff. My stance on this, Ice Cube responded was like, actually I did take a meeting and my contract is with Black America, and I'm trying to find out who's going to do something for the black people in
Right.
America.
Right.
And I don't see nothing wrong with that stance. One thing I did when I remember when after Charlemagne did his interview with Joe Biden, and he said some of the realest things. It's not really black people we look at, and I had this conversation at work. Black people we look at, we got to be Democrat, or we got to vote for or whatever, but we don't look at who's going to cater to the black agenda, and that's one of our biggest problems, because the Montgomery boycott did not end because someone said, we feel bad for these black people walking to work. It ended because they saw the value of the black dollar.
Right.
We spend trillions of dollars in a lot of stuff. You don't even realize the power of the black dollar.
Right.
And Ice Cube made a statement was basically, who's going to do what we need done?
Right.
And if you look at everybody got it. Like, when we look at Obama, he did a lot of stuff for, I hate to say the gays because it just sounds so bad. Like
The LGBT, the alphabet
community.
Mm-hmm.
And he did something that catered to them.
Yes.
So, and they got a lot more stuff and rights now. And it's cool, but at the same time, I'm like, well, damn, even the black president didn't do nothing for the black agenda. And we voted with our hearts, but we didn't say, we didn't never say, this is what we need done.
Mm-hmm.
So, whether it's Donald Trump or Joe, they both creeps, in my opinion.
In their own right.
Yeah. But as black people, we need to see what do we get out of this besides a vote.
Right.
We damn sure ain't got justice. We can ask Breonna Taylor, the cop who was on George Floyd's neck, got released on $1 million bond,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was able to leave the state because he feared for his life.
Mm-hmm. As he should.
Yeah,
Under those circumstances, I would have feared for my life too, but it should be expected.
yeah, but he shouldn't have got bonded either, because I guarantee you,
That's
if the roles were reversed,
I wouldn't get it there. I wouldn't get it on.
yes.
Well,
Go,
go
you said a lot of interesting points in your argument. I got to go back to the Obama about the alphabet community and saying that he didn't do enough for the black community. He did. I feel like he did a lot for the black community that doesn't get talked about. But when you have both House and Congress basically saying we're going to, go against anything that you do, basically for the black community, but
it stops it.
yeah, but because they have, gay folks in their family and don't have, blacks in their family, they'll be more sympathetic to the LBGT community. So they allow more of that legislation to go through because they can relate to that because they have those in their family. But they can't relate to the black experience because they don't have that. So I don't like when I purchased my home, it was because Obama put a first-time buyers program for minorities in place that ass hat in chief took out of place as soon as he got into office. Now, when that's what I say, well, Ice Cube, when he says, like I said, he didn't say he was endorsing. Like I said, I didn't hear it. I didn't read the whole context. I just saw it in passing and looked over, didn't, read it. So you're saying that he didn't officially endorse Trump. He just said he's talking to him, which I don't have a problem with either. But if he's coming from the argument, well, Obama didn't do nothing for us and Trump is, helping the black community and all that unemployment number bullshit that they be spouting, then I would have a problem with it. But if he's just having a discussion to figure out which way he wants to vote, I can't see you getting mad. Only way you're going to find out stuff is if you get educated by talking to people. So, I mean, my thing with the black community is we don't have identity anymore. We don't know who we are, and it's like they don't want to know who they are. They just want to live in the status quo, Instagram, music video, movie lifestyle. But then as soon as their rights get infringed on, oh, I'm pro-black, I'm this and that. But if it doesn't touch them or it doesn't affect them, they don't give a damn who they are as a black person if they, are destined for greater things than just being stuck in the hood and worrying about the next pair of Jordans coming out or what's happening on Real Housewives of whatever. And they don't have that identity, and it's like they don't want it until it's time to protest when some innocent black person gets killed by the police. And they don't care about it if it's Ray Ray or Leroy in the hood. It's stop snitching and don't tell the police. But it's a catch-22. If you don't tell the police, then these folks are going to continue to hurt the other innocent people in your neighborhood that you're riding for when the police are doing the same thing. So it's like they have a hypocritic thought process, and we don't want to take a step back to realize that, not to be funny, we're in a fucking matrix. And they don't want to stop it. They keep on swallowing the same pill because they don't know no better. And it's like they don't want to know no better. And when you try to educate them and give them a different perspective, like Ice Cube is doing, they shut it down. Oh, he's sold out. He's this, he's that, and don't even give it a chance.
We're quick to cancel. We're quick to cancel our own because we don't say because we say something you don't like.
Agree with, exactly.
So, and here's the thing. I've never said like, if I said something bad about Obama, people might think I hate him. As if I can't criticize him. I can criticize anybody. Just like you can criticize the coach of a football team. That doesn't mean I didn't like him as a president or nothing like that. But people will cancel you when you say something that you don't like because they live in a comfort zone.
Yes.
Because I remember one of the things that influenced me as growing up, it was time for me to vote, was my mentor at the time. He was my boss. I was working. His name was Edward Newsom, and I was working at Belhaven Country Club. And I was like, well, I kind of like Ross Perot. And he said, well, most black people are Democrats.
That's
Oh, for real? I
nice.
didn't know that.
That's nice.
So then my mind state is, okay, we'll just vote Democrat because that's what most black, because that's what I'm being taught.
Right.
So we didn't teach people to be free thinkers and to find something to go against the grain. We're taught to follow the system. And when someone does something that goes against the grain, all of a sudden people are like, oh, it's so bad, this. Because the truth of the matter is, just like this black Republican is alphabet Republicans. They're people that'll be independent. There'll people, you know, we just have to ask who's going to have our best. And if it doesn't, and if no one does it, then we need to get behind somebody that does, or create a party that's for us that will do.
Right.
You know, at one point in time, and I was telling somebody this, and I said, truthfully, the expected, when I was in high school, the expected first black president was more likely would have been Colin Powell.
Yeah, we did expect that.
And we would have voted for him no matter what party he was in.
Correct.
I don't know. I don't know if some Democrats would have voted for him being.
No.
That-
We're talking about Black America.
Black America.
Black America would have voted for him. Because it seemed as though Black America was proud of Colin Powell.
We were.
Being proud
And
and
calling
voting
him
for him
rice.
is to. I don't know about
I know
that.
a lot
one.
of black
I know-
people that were
I know a
proud of
lot
him.
of
from my-
folks.
Don't even know
from
where
my
she
aspect,
stood.
From my aspect, especially when I was for growing up, and when Boys in the Hood hit, and they had that, you know, I was quick to say, ain't no place, a black man ain't got no place in the white man's army. But then you see Mr. Colin Powell, and he was like one of the highest ranking officials. If he would have ran, and that's probably one of the reasons why he didn't run.
Because he knew the political nightmare we go through. He's not a politician.
No.
But if he chose to,
Yeah,
he would have won. Just
Well, he would have
up.
won the black vote. I
Yes.
don't know if he would have won.
Yeah, I was like, he might have won the black vote, but I don't
think
even.
America was ready for a black president.
America
at
is
that time.
never, even with Obama for the 8 years, America still isn't ready for a black president. That's why we're going through what we're going through now, because of the 8 years of oppression
Yeah.
they faced under a black man, and they can't get over. That's one of the most hypocritical things about this country, is how they say how it's all equal rights and all fair and everything is all gravy. It's the greatest country in the world. But what's the number one thing that most of white America is fighting about? Immigration. They're worried about the brown man outnumbering them and the white man becoming a minority. So if it's so cool to be in this country, why are you so worried about being a minority? Why? Because maybe you fear you're getting treated the way that
That you're
minorities are getting
treating
treated
others.
now. That's the catch-22 nobody wants to talk about.
Well, it's a lot knowing when we open up this can of worms.
Yeah, it's a lot to it.
So when we talk about stuff we do and we celebrate in troops,
Right.
you know, Columbus Day just passed, and you know,
And a
people-
lot of
and people
communities stopped celebrating.
celebrate that
Mhm.
because basically it's Happy Rapist and Murderer Day.
Mhm.
You know,
It's all right because it's
So
all white,
even,
baby.
Prince George's County Public Schools actually renamed on their calendar. It's still a day out for students.
It's Indigenous
but
People
they-
Day.
Yes. So it's known as Original Americans Day, Indigenous People Day, Native American Day.
yeah,
Like it's named all these other days other than Columbus Day.
and it should be,
I agree.
and it should be. Like really, in my opinion, George Washington's birthday need to go away.
Yeah. Most of the holidays that they have on the calendar need to go
You know,
away.
he wasn't my first president because they ain't have a vote back then.
Right.
My people ain't. We was 1/3, 1/4 of a man, 1/3. of a man.
3/5 of a white man.
Yeah, so he couldn't have been my first president.
Right.
Man, it's just,
So
Well, let
it's
me,
just so
Yeah,
laughable.
let me circle back to Ice Cube.
let's go.
All right.
Okay. First of all, this cancel culture is dangerous. We are those who follow cancel culture. I can't even get it out. Those who follow that culture, you're pretty much saying you do not have an opinion. You do not have an opinion. If you have an opinion that is against the grain and not with the majority of Black America or whoever decides to cancel at that time, because all different races do the cancel culture thing. But you're saying if you are going against the grain and you do not agree with us, we're canceling you. As far as Ice Cube sitting down with President Trump, they're looking at it as this: oh, he's the enemy. You're sitting down with the enemy, which is kind of unrealistic to get angry with him, because in order to make things right, somebody needs to sit down with this man.
True.
What they say matters. If you sit down with him and you come and resurface like Kanye did, we have a problem. If you are coming to him being real, because I want to sit down with Donald Trump. I would love to have a conversation with him. I would love to. But I'm going to be real. If I sat down with him and it was let out that I sat down with him, before people even know what we talked about,
You get canceled.
I'm going to get canceled. Whole time, I'm saying things to Donald Trump that he's not going to like. He's not going to like anything I have to say to him. And with that said, you going to cancel me for what? For speaking on your behalf? For
Yep.
telling him what you want him to know?
Yeah, think about it. We canceled the same people who canceled Cassette Michelle took that $1,200 stimulus check.
And she took way more.
It's like I'm gonna come from the other side of it. Like I said, I don't know.
And that's $600 a week,
Yeah.
by the way.
I don't agree with the cancel culture or whatever, but only reason why I can kind of let it slide is because of who we're talking about. And like I said, I don't say that I hate him. I don't claim as he's the worst person in the world or whatever, but the misconception about this dude that people saying that, I mean, I'm not saying that he's an outright racist, but he has some racist mentalities and racist thought processes. And
Well, I mean, here's the thing. He actually is an outright racist. He just didn't outright say certain things about Black America. But when you look at Latin America, he said some racist things.
oh, definitely.
So he is a racist.
I mean, I'm only reason I'm giving him that not outright because they come back with the argument, look at what what he's helped certain black people do this and he's
see,
worth
that's
that
my
person.
thing.
Like,
If you racist, that means you are racist. It's not because you treat one
Yeah.
race of people
Yeah,
a certain
I
way.
definitely
You're
agree.
racist.
Yeah, I
Even
agree.
if it's just one, nationality. So at the end of the day, he is racist.
Yeah, I
he
definitely
may not
agree.
have said something about all different races, but he has said more than enough
Oh,
about one race of people.
I definitely agree.
That
Even
we-
with going back with the Central Park 5 and everything. So that's the stuff that I remember with him getting the lawsuits for not letting minorities into his apartment buildings that could afford it. So that's what I'm saying. I can understand that mentality that is sometimes it's people that you can't talk to that are never going to relate. And him being a rich, spoiled brat his whole life, never really having to interact with minorities unless they were his servants or worked for him or his daddy. He's never going to understand the plight of the black community or the Latin community or any minority community. So it's like, what's the point of wasting your time talking to him, even if you have valid points? And we've seen with his the way he handled the pandemic and any other stuff that's coming his way. He has his own thought process. He believes what he wants to believe, no matter what facts, no matter what diagrams, you could put a PowerPoint fucking production together for him, but he's still not going to believe it because he's stuck in his own mindset. So I could understand why people would be upset and be like, why? What's the point of talking to him? You know what he's going to say. You know how he reacts. But I can't see, saying cancel him. When I saw the headline, it threw me off. I'm like,
But
Really?
Here's the thing though. We're talking about an unpredictable person. We don't know how he's going to get.
Right, and also I feel like there is at least one person in this country that can actually get through to him.
who?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know who it is.
Right.
What if I sat down and talked to him? Because I'm gonna be real with you. If I sat down and talked to him, he's surrounded by people that suck up to him. Okay. If I sat down in front of him, I'm going to be extremely disrespectful.
And he's
And
going to
whether
leave.
he admits to it or not,
He-
when you're disrespectful to him and you treat him less than,
He doesn't deal. He walks away.
It's going to affect him in some way, shape, or form.
He's going to get up and walk away.
If he gets up and walks away, it's because he's in his feelings.
Yeah, and that's what
So that means
that's
you're
what he
getting
is.
through to something, whether he admits it or not. However,
But is it going to make any progress?
I feel like if the right person with the right delivery comes across, they can get through to him. Who that person will be, I don't know.
I don't think there is that person.
I think that there
There
is.
is. You just have to know how to, like, he's a bully. You just have to know how to break a bully.
No, he thinks he's God. Listen to some of his rallies. Listen to what I'm saying about when he
thinks
coming
he's
out the
the best thing
pandemic.
ever. He
Yeah,
thinks
think
he's
about
Jesus
listen, like
or
with the
something.
corona
I
stuff.
agree.
I'm immune now. I've come out strong and I feel like I'm in my. He thinks he's fucking God, and his disciples, followers, brainwashed base believe that. Have you heard some? I listen to some of the right wing folks. They actually believe this man is like God. They actually believe that shit.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think deep down inside, no, he does not think he's God. However, that is what he puts out there. He does. He puts it out there like he is invincible. Nobody can tell him anything. Nobody can prove him wrong. He's just perfect. And I don't feel it's like God, more like Jesus, like we're taught in this country, people who are Christian, they're taught, oh, Jesus was the perfect man. He's the only perfect man to walk the earth. Well, when you look at it like that, Trump thinks he's perfect.
Yeah. I mean, too, even with the whole corona situation, like, he ain't had coronavirus. Like, that's cool.
A lot of people say that. I really think his brother had it, and his brother passed
I mean,
away.
I honestly, I don't think.
I mean, it's been going around the White House pretty rapid, and I mean, you're going around not wearing a mask. You're shaking hands. They even had a rally when he was in a rally in Florida. The Florida governor, who's been one of the biggest dudes that's been talking about Corona's fate, after he got diagnosed, you can see him coming into the rally, high-fiving people in the audience with no mask on. Then he walks on stage and wipes his face. I'm not saying, I'm not hoping that he gets it. But with situations like this, it's called survival of the fittest for a reason. If you don't believe in something and it takes you out, I'm not going to cry for you.
Well, just like we had it, may he rest in peace, politician, black man, following behind Trump. When he passed away,
ain't no mention of him.
No, they mentioned him, but most of the country was just like,
yeah.
Because that's what I feel like. I'm not gonna. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to be upset if I see somebody not wearing a mask. I'm gonna just put mine on extra tight and walk past and
tight.
Yeah, like tighten the jump. Because if you, I'm just saying, if you make that choice, that's cool. But it's the other folks that have pre-existing conditions that you worry about. But if you choose to go out there and think that it's not real and it takes you out, I feel like the little kid off of Simpsons and shit. I'll be Nelson out there, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because you made a choice, and that's why I think we are kind of spoiled right now, because we're used to medicine and we're used to science healing us. A majority of the country. I'm just saying. I mean, they have faith that medical science can save them.
Big Pharma has brainwashed America.
Yeah, but think about back in the 50s and 60s when you didn't have airbags, didn't have seatbelts. If you doing 60 miles an hour and running to the side of a building, you weren't walking away because you had airbags and seatbelt. You were done because you made a bad, stupid decision and you had to pay for it. I mean, they were still, but then you would get down the impact from hitting the damn steering wheel. That's what I'm saying. If you made dumb choices, you paid for it. Now with technology and safety measures, people can make dumb decisions and still survive and don't have to pay the ultimate price. So they continue, when they survive, to do stupid shit until it finally catches up with them and science doesn't save their ass. And then it's, I don't believe little Johnny died doing 90 on the Beltway. Well, he had 5 DUIs and 4 reckless driving charges before that he walked away from, and you're shocked that he died on the 5th one. Come on, people.
On that note,
I'm just saying, let's be real about this.
You see how much of that dude say much?
I'm just saying.
So on that note, we just gonna play.
We was having a real conversation.
We're gonna lighten the mood.
And when he dies,
I'm just saying, this is some real shit.
I felt that energy, that aggression.
I knew that CP3 throwing hand signals like he about to like, yo, freeze, calm down.
I'm passionate about my shit.
We about to play some music. You know what? And here's the thing. We're going to play an R&B song. Cause I don't even want to play no thug shit.
Some smooth R&B.
Some smooth shit.
I turn everything over in this motherfucker.
We're going to play some smooth shit. Shout out to my man, Wally B. It's his new video. We're going to play this shit because this nigga got way too aggressive in the conversation. Yeah. Man, did you feel that tension?
Because this is one of the realest conversations we done had. So, I had to feel. I felt that shit, son. I felt that shit, son.
Know you felt it because
okay. We're gonna get gunman number 2. It's time to calm down.
Yes.
That's my word, son.
Oh.
Bear with us. We having some technical difficulties, y'all. Music be there, I'm sure. There we go.
It's not technical,
No, I'm on my joint.
Nah, I mean, it wasn't telling the video to say
That's right, it's a video. Well, enjoy that short pause, y'all. Sing that shit, nigga.
Probably because I might go.
Full of this joint.
Let me say how do you feel?
I just got the music break straight up.
Huh?
I got the music break straight up. Got a ghost in this motherfucker. Turn it on. DJ like that shit. Those DJ like that shit. Like turn that shit up. Turn that. That joint alright though. That's a nice little party joint.
Yeah, we gotta get some calm shit. You can get stuck in.
I can see me doing a two-step to this joint.
Did you see what he did?
Nigga did a
That's not a two-step.
That's my
nigga did a
two-step.
broke canvas
Yeah,
pack.
yeah, that's my shit.
He was about to do the
All we
robot.
do is this. All we do is this.
That's not right.
I'm bringing that shit back. Old school. The joint is nice though. I was lying when I said that shit.
I'm in the video last time. I ain't got a video, man. I have to come up with
Then I'll make you back grandma as a touch and tease you with my tongue, girl. Got her body saying she want more. 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 Yeah. She love it. She love it. She want more. She want more. She wants more. Yeah. More. She want more. She want more. She want more. More. Yeah. More. Yeah.
I don't know who these people are. I just ran into them on YouTube. I can't.
We need that for someone. We need that for someone.
And though you know it's true, boy, I'm hoping you don't wanna hit my line. 'Cause I just wanna talk about what's on my mind. Keep concentrate, 'cause all I do is
Now he's like this.
Oh, I'm responding back to some comments.
Nah. You was Bobby.
Oh yeah, the joint. This is a nice little, nice little chill joint too.
That's what he wants.
still my heart. got options, but I only want you in my life. I got standards, you take them higher. And all of my feelings, you set on fire. To tell the truth, all I do is sit in my room and think about you. I know what we have is true. I know you feel it too. I'll hold you down. It's the love and I'm gonna know that I got you. You're driving me crazy, baby.
Can't be my baby, I ain't settling for baby. I know we in 2000s, but I love you like the 80s. You treat me like a foreign, the way that you drive me crazy. Ain't nothing about you boring, baby girl, you far from crazy. I'm trying to put you in the limelight. The last man never did value your time right. Every day with you special for like prom night. You, me, and Hennessy, now that's a bomb night. I'm just trying to stop you.
They really didn't make a rapper.
You said what?
How much did they cousin or something? They really didn't need to make a rapper.
But some people do. Some people feel like they do. To appease different
I mean,
audience.
it's more of a party joint, so it kind of fit with it a little bit.
I mean, I'm saying don't really fit.
Yeah, it don't need it. Yeah, I mean,
The song was already
It's not needed. But for some reason, people feel like you got an R&B track, you got to put a little verse on
they're
it.
trying to reach out to another audience
Yes,
too.
that's what I
Yeah.
said.
Like I want to put Renegade on the track that I did with my boy, the little R&B joint.
They gave me a 90s vibe.
He did. How many is y'all name?
No, it reminded me of this other, it's this song off of Big Mama's House. Off that soundtrack. It's a song on there that reminds me of that. But it's like so 90s, you know, light and airy. Yeah.
Seen they went right, so I hit the go down. Know they tired of me now, cause I'm tired of myself. Keep that is out, ain't nothing but top shelf. Wanna try me anytime you can still. Ain't been in trouble a while now, I guess. In between me and you, boy, I'm proud of myself. Cause I've been down bad for too long. Had to do a lot of right to fix some big wrongs. Now I just do what I want, like I'm Tone. No sister trying to find my heart, cause it's gone. All I do is grind the pack till it's gone. No longer in the trap, I trap on my phone. Ride through the city to poke me look home. Like I'm the only one that still believe in my home. ATL up the street, I could just get gone. But then I be selfish, then I be trifling. When I said help me, y'all stay silent. But this my city, so I'ma keep riding. All I know is stay silent. I really had to get it from the bottom. Shout out to the ones say I got it, cause a lot of niggas doubt it. But then ain't no fucking doubt about it. Master P can even see a nigga power. When I'm finished, they gonna respect me. Give a damn if they don't really like me. When I started,
That second verse is nice. Which one was that?
Jay Paul. Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh, the one that called in. That's a new one? For real? Guess I actually listened to the verses. Huh?
I'm about to
You like you
say,
said the same.
Yeah, I said I like. Oh, for real? I guess I ain't listened to it in a while. That joint.
He's like, man, we like that joint.
Yeah,
is that
that.
the one that, is that my phone?
Nah, my feet on though.
That's the one that we were talking to. He was like doing two.
I don't think he was here. I think I was the one before you. Yeah, that was the week before you came, man.
I think he was from down south.
Yeah, we had two on that was back from Alabama. Yeah.
Yeah, people got to do that. I'll play it.
Oh yeah, you damn sure didn't do bars at the bar. Yeah, you damn sure didn't.
Right point niggas on the spot. They like, like a beat? No. He was very, by the way, he loved that energy.
Oh yeah, he was cool.
He was like, man, I had so much fun on the show.
Hey,
I was sorry though, because the poor girl was like, this nigga told me it's gonna be an hour.
Yeah, nigga, I didn't know we did a 4 hour and 20 minute show. I saw it on my YouTube feed. I was like, I didn't even realize that was 4 hours and 20 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was long.
And we had to end that. We would still be going probably about 5 hours.
Yo, shout out to Jay Problems. You know, we rocking that Selfish joint. He got a new one too. I gotta get it. When he talks about his nephew that passed away. It's very deep, very deep.
Okay.
But I love watching him because he's grinding and stuff. The only thing with Jay Problems is I think like sometimes he worries too much about his haters and just focus on the people that go out love you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like haters is gonna hate. I mean, that's just my life. But you know, I don't even worry about it. And if you need help, call Gunman number 2.
Don't call me. Call Tyrone. Don't call me.
He brings his own props.
I'm
Yeah,
just
he brings his
saying.
own problems.
I'm an ex-Boy Scout. Be prepared is my motto, damn it.
Boy Scout?
Yes, be prepared is my motto. I'm just
scared.
saying.
You
That's
was in the
why.
Boy Scouts?
Yeah, that's why I learned to shoot at.
When they let thugs in the Boy Scouts.
Wait.
When I was 6 years
Boy
old.
Scouts let you shoot?
That's where I learned to shoot at in the Boy
Y'all was
Scouts.
shooting in the Boy Scouts?
Yeah, we had a rifle shooting merit badge.
Wow.
Yeah, we had.
These are the Boy Scouts. So like, your lady into that sounds like Lit Scouts.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
Wow.
Did they tell you how fast you can run with a VCO?
35.5 seconds in the quarter mile, nigga.
Whole time I was gonna say, oh, that mean you know how to tie a real mean knot.
Yeah, I know how to tie knots
You know how
too.
to tie people up, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
Huh?
Duct tape work, huh?
Huh?
Nah, I mean, boy, I learned a lot of stuff from boy. I learned wilderness survival in Boy Scouts.
So,
Yeah, Boy Scouts is very
But
crucial.
I'm still shocked at the shooting.
Yeah, we learned. That's how I learned to become a. That's why I was a certified marksman for a little while when I was,
certified. Oh, shit.
Yeah, you gotta shoot. What is it?
Bruh, first of all,
He
I
said,
got an attitude about being gunman number 2, and you just so...
you've been shooting since you was 6.
Because
I mean, what?
because gunman has a different
Lady-
tone to it than
I'm sorry,
marksman.
So we should put you as certified marksman number 2.
Yeah, then I would have been cool with it. I'd have been like, okay, I can take
The
that.
sharpshooter.
Yeah, I
over
mean,
here.
that's, because,
He gonna be on
With a
somebody's
glove and a
roof.
mask.
He gonna,
I'm
right, he
just
gonna be somebody's
saying.
roof.
I like shooting. I've always been a
I
fan.
mean, I can't say nothing.
That one
because I
gunman
do
number 2,
too.
but like shooting.
Here's my thing. I can't say anything because I do too.
Mhm.
However,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bring my own prop
Yeah.
to a video shoot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just supposed to show. We only had one other gun on the scene on the set, right? So if I would have showed up as gunman number 2 with no gun, then how could I be gunman number 2, huh? So it's good that I bought my
You want to
registered,
secure
my
your job.
registered legal weapon to the video shoot.
We're gonna leave it at that because
Yeah,
it was some illegal things that happened.
We're not talking about that. though.
I know that's
We
what
just
I'm saying.
talking
We gonna
about
leave it
the shoot and me being prepared.
there. Oh,
Looping back to the Boy Scout thing.
Oh, so Boy Scouts make you prepared to...
yes.
Yeah, they got me used to handling firearms at a young age.
So CP3, we're gonna open up the line.
Oh Lord.
Yes. Please give us a call.
So for these next questions.
Oh
So any
Lord.
females that feel some type of way about we're about to discuss, or even males that feel some type of way about what we'll discuss.
Uh oh.
If you're on the feed and you can actually read, reading is fundamental. The first question states, what are the rules for a side chick or a side dude, actually? So CP3.
Oh damn, why you gotta go to me first? I know Janet might have some experience with a side dude.
Whoa.
Or she may have been a
I have
side
to have a
chick.
main dude to have a side dude.
The same way I am. I gotta have a main
What are your
chick.
rules for your side
Oh,
chick?
What is
rule-
your
oh.
Because you've had some.
I've-
And I know you've been a side dude before.
Yeah,
What's some of those
Exactly.
rules?
But
What's the rule?
technically,
Tell us.
I don't even know if I can qualify those as side chicks because it wasn't like we had an ongoing thing. It was like, every once in a while.
Okay, the girl's
That's a
sister.
side chick, nigga.
The girl's. The
You had a
girl's
main-
sister.
That was only one time though.
Oh, okay.
You what?
With the sister was only once.
The girl's sister.
Oh, the sister was on.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about your side? Like, because I know you had a main chick.
Right.
Oh yeah, I did.
And then you had a
Now
side chick.
we didn't have multiple occasions in which
Yeah.
you said
I had to remember-
on this show
I had to
that you
recall.
were a reformed male Stop.
Right.
I
and
had to
and then
recall-
on top of that, are we really sitting here trying to
Because I had different
define
situations. Because I had different
what a side
situations.
chick is?
Yeah, because I had different situations classified in my past of what I would classify a side chick as.
Okay, if you
So
had
what-
a main chick and you had another one on the side
Nah,
that
see-
you dealt with
see, I
at
didn't-
So
any
what was
point
your,
in
what was that
time.
rule? What was that rule?
Well, I
you
mean-
lived with a girl at one point, right?
Yeah, but I never had a side chick when I lived with a chick before.
No, you didn't.
Okay,
Nah.
because the
Well,
living
well,
with her,
well.
I guess it's too
Wait a
serious.
Well,
minute,
no,
wait,
well,
wait,
no. I was living with her. I was thinking about when they was
What?
living with me.
It's
I
the
used
same
to
thing.
no.
Living
See that?
under the
No,
same
no.
roof.
The way I would do things is if I didn't really think he was gonna go nowhere, only my name would be on the lease. So therefore, if she had to go, I give her 30 days. You gotta go.
If you guys lived under the same roof,
Why do you just make a simple question so
Right.
complicated?
Because I'm a complicated person. That's why I
So
know.
what are your rules for a side
Well,
chick?
my rules, you just gotta. I mean, in that situation I've been in, you gotta, know your role. And I tell them point
let's
blank.
know your role. Tell
Just
us.
wrestling?
If you
Right. All
know
right.
your role is shit.
Shut your mouth.
pretty
Yeah.
much that pretty much sums it up.
Right.
No, I
Know your
mean,
role.
you know that you're the side chick for a reason. If you can't benefit me more than my main chick, you know your role. So don't try to come out of that role unless you're planning to do more for me than my main chick. If you're not willing or able to do it, stay in your lane. Shut
so
your mouth.
she can't try to be the number one. is
I
what you're
mean,
saying.
if she can do for me what the main chick is doing for me, then you have that potential, but you have to remember you're a side chick for a reason. Because I'm not a faithful motherfucker.
Do you promote side chicks?
Depends on the situation.
So would you promote a side chick to your main chick? Damn, it's a lot of silence.
Bro, this is
What
a complicated
if she can
question.
do more than the main chick? Are you gonna promote her?
I think it's possible, but she has to do better than the main chick, and I haven't had that experience. I've never had that
All right,
experience.
side chicks apparently y'all need to step your game up.
Well, that's what makes them the side chick because they don't know how to.
So they just for play.
I mean, it depends on the
Playtime.
situation. Like I said, I've been single for 6 years, so I haven't had a side chick for a while. So I
Uh-huh.
don't know about this new generation. So I was referring to my time having side chicks back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I know I'm old. But, now I don't know the rules because I'm single and I don't have a side
But
chick.
yeah, so your rules. We want to know your rules.
I mean, like I said, you got to know your role. And, if situation.
Side chicks are allowed to kiss you on the lips.
Nah.
Oh, the way he said that,
I mean, because.
it sounded like he had some personal experience from that.
Yeah, I actually had one of my side chicks try to kiss me in the mouth. No, no, you the side chick. I don't know who. I don't know who else you smashing. Just because you my side chick don't mean that you just only smashing me. You feel like you're a side chick that you can go and do whatever you want, or your girl's telling you, oh, he already got a girl. You need to come on out and party with us at the club, and shit gonna happen. So nah, I don't nah.
Would you get mad if your side chick had a dude?
If it complicates our situation, if I hit you up and be like, I'm trying to, come through, and you're like, oh, I'm with my boyfriend, yeah, that's gonna cause a problem.
Could a side chick smash one of your friends?
Oh,
Depends on how deep she is a side chick. Because if she just a random joint, yeah, she get passed around like a blunt.
Oh,
Ain't no
my.
big deal. But if it's somebody that I'm, hitting on the regular that might accidentally on purpose, forget to have a rubber on it sometime,
oh.
then yeah, I wouldn't pass that around because,
I don't think I'm grown enough for this
I'm just
conversation.
shit. Come on, especially with you drinking tequila, shit happens.
Whoa, I'm not
So-
drinking tequila at the moment.
I'm
though.
talking about in your past.
So now here's a really crazy question.
All
Does
right.
side chick get oral pleasure?
Ooh, wow. Nah, you can't. If you can't kiss him, you can't lick him, dog.
Oh, that's your
No
motto.
lollipop?
That's your motto. Is that your motto?
I just made that up. I just thought,
That
like I
was-
said.
that was cute.
Thank you,
That
thank
was
you.
cute.
Because I mean, like I said, it depends on the relationship of the side chick. If she's a constant side chick, you're still after that shit. I know some trifling dudes that have done that before.
Have you been?
No,
that
I
type?
have
Okay.
not. The
You
worst-
know, we gotta ask.
The worst
you know.
I've done
You gotta ask me.
is I understand. I understand. The worst I've done is not wash my dick after.
So you fucked the side chick with a dirty dick.
Yeah, but she kind of forced me to.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you this. So, is it safe to believe that you go home to your girl,
Mhm,
you don't wash,
mhm.
but you'll let her give you head?
It only happened one time, and it's because she didn't let me wash my
At
dick.
one time in band camp.
No, because it was a situation where I was out. We was all out chilling,
Oh,
and my side chick had walked up, and my girl was still at work, and she wanted to, give me some oral pleasure. Let's just say.
And did you say stop? My dick is dirty.
No, well, it was clean when she got it.
when
But
your
then
girl
after I
got it-
finished, see the thing is, I was around back getting taken care of. My girl rolled up early from work in front. I had just completed the mission, and as I'm finishing, my girl pulling up, my cousin yelled back, "Hey, what's up, Stephanie? How you doing today?" So,
It's
you
total
just use
assault.
hey, bro,
You just using
I'm
names.
using names tonight. I don't care. My past coming out because I know somebody gonna call
Oh
them
man,
out.
see JC and this dude say.
Right.
Niggas already know because everybody that's watching was there that night most likely because she pulled my card. She was like, I'm trying to take care of him and he's scared. What you gonna do 151 if you in a group of your folks, y'all drinking and chilling out, having a good time on a Friday night, and a chick that you trying not to defile pulls your card in front of all your folks and say you're scared. What would you do, sir?
You're not trying to defile her if that's what you do.
But I was trying to be good that night. I was trying to be a good dude, and then.
Didn't try that hard.
Well, what would you do if you got called out in your circle of folks and y'all out there drinking, having a good time, and she basically call you a punk, say you scared to let her take care of you? What would you do, sir?
What would I do?
Yes, sir.
Well, what year is it?
This is, let's say, between 97 and 99.
Oh, that's an easy situation.
Yeah. What would you do, sir?
I would give her a couple shots of 151. Little puke her brains out. And be like, you still want to do that now?
So you would not defile her. That was a long pause there, my brother.
It was. What I probably would. Honestly, yeah, I would.
Oh my goodness.
I heard some crickets chirping during that
Right,
pause.
he was like, his mouth moved and then nothing came out.
Would I or wouldn't I? Yeah, so
See,
I mean,
my soul wanted that. My brain was like, shut up.
pretty much.
Brain was like, don't say nothing.
Yeah, so I mean, situations happen. That's the only time I didn't get a chance. I did feel bad at that time after when that happened, and that was when I had.
You felt bad?
I actually felt bad that
Oh,
she did
wow.
that.
Did you cry?
Hell nah, I enjoyed that nut though. Told my motherfucking toes curled and everything.
Well, I have never had a side dude.
You never had a side dude?
Never had a side dude. And then if I was a side chick, I ain't know it.
Say never.
No, I've never had a side dude.
Why you say that?
I'm just because it's you know what I mean.
But hold on. When you met me,
Mhm.
I was married.
Oh yeah, see, we never really talked that word
But
because
no,
Janet
think
had
about,
that.
Think about my demeanor. at
Yeah,
that
so that's what I
time.
said. Your demeanor was like, leave me the fuck alone, and I did. If I went up front, I said, hey Janet, how you doing? And I kept it moving. I didn't try to flirt. Didn't try to, hey Janet, you look like you about your business. You like you cuss a motherfucker out or backhand them if they come across you wrong. So I'm going to stay on your good side. Hope you have a good morning, and I'm going back to work.
So at the end of the day, I've never had a side dude.
Oh, damn.
Never.
But if you did have one,
What would your rule?
what
be?
would his rules be?
I mean, I guess it's kind of funny because I would have to agree with this guy over here.
Mhm.
Know your role. Like,
Does it hurt your soul a little bit having to agree with Carol?
it does.
Come on over to the dark side.
No.
It's not
I
that
don't
bad
wanna
over
do
here.
it, No.
Luke, I am your
But
father.
it's just like, I mean, I'm an honest person. So if I were to have a side dude, like, he would definitely have to know the whole situation. You know what I mean?
So I saw an interesting picture on Facebook. And it was a chick who was, it wasn't just a picture of the store. And it was a chick who had her husband and her side dude.
Oh no, that's
Oh, in the same picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were all in the same relationship. And she was bad. One, I'm going to tell you this. She was bad. And they looked happy together. All three of them. I don't think it could have been me.
Yeah, I don't
But-
think I could get because yeah, I mean two females. Like it's the same thing with the threesome, you know, because like I say, two dudes and a chick is not a threesome. It's called a G. So
You sound real.
I'm just
You
saying
sound, first of all, you sound real passionate about that.
because that's a classic misconception that a
I
threesome
feel
is two
you.
dudes and a chick. No, that's a G.
Okay, or a train or whatever.
Yeah, so I mean that's the same thing with the polygamy thing. I could see myself with two women, but I couldn't see myself in a relationship with a dude and a chick. It just that's just
that's the thing. I could probably have a side dude if I were
In that
circumstance.
situation.
right? Because I don't like to be dishonest. I'm very blunt, and I don't want to have to keep up with a lie. I don't want to have to remember the
That's
lies.
true.
I told
yeah, that's
you.
valid.
So
I don't want to do
and
that.
a question though. So say if you were in that situation, could you actually have a husband and a side dude if they knew about each other?
Yeah, I could.
That's a lot.
I mean,
It's a lot, but if everyone, you have to do what works for you. So for me, if I were in that situation, everybody will know what it is. You know what I mean? And you have to be respectful of each other, your wants, your needs, all that. You know. So
I mean, I've been on both sides. I had a bisexual girlfriend that we were long distance, and she would actually send her girlfriends over to take care of me so I wouldn't go cheat with some random joint. So
and you messed it up.
I didn't mess it up. We were just in two different places. I was close to 30. She had just graduated college, still in her graduating party thing. I'm not gonna try to go into too much detail because she might be watching and I don't want no phone calls today. But
Yes,
You
please
can
call.
call
Please call us.
324
I
6110.
swear, man, they can't never just let
Like
me
Miss
be for
Cleo,
one
call
show.
me now.
Can I have one show where my heart don't jump out my chest when the phone
First of all,
rings?
wait a minute.
Anybody
You
call.
put that shit up.
I'm just saying. That's why I
If
wasn't
you're
going into
watching,
great
we would love to
detail
hear from you. You don't have to tell us your name.
because it was a cool situation. I mean, it was a cool situation. I know I've been a fortunate dude to be in some situations that I've been in, and I know I fucked them up too. But it wasn't just because I was fucking them up. It was situations. But that wasn't called for. That was like that audience joint. Oh,
She's like, oh, bullshit
Yeah.
again. Oh,
but yeah.
so cute.
I mean,
These
cause
little eyes are so cute.
that situation was cool, but like I said, I couldn't see because I've been in a G before, and it was.
Wait. See, nigga, you gonna.
It was. I told you I had one.
You cannot make a statement like that and think you just gonna skip over the story.
And he'll
we
try
was-
to slide
You
past.
No, I mean,
right.
we
No
was
one even asked you about it, but since you mentioned
because it ties into kind of what we talking about.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I mean, it was
tell us the story.
it was a
What was her
roommate.
name? My old.
It was actually his friend. It was a roommate when I had a roommate. And I was living in Capitol Heights another time, and
Capitol Heights again.
You was working at Frito-Lay?
yeah, I'm still working at Frito.
Was I working there when you were doing this flirtatious activities, these things?
This was like 2000. So this is before my dad. So this was like 2002, 2003.
Okay, no, I wasn't.
All right.
I was
So-
still living in another state.
Okay, I was renting out a house, Capitol Heights. Had a roommate, and we apart. He was an electrician. He was a wild dude. Used to bowl. He used to hustle bowling and shit. That was I didn't know you could hustle bowling and shit. He would actually go to the bowling alley, come home with like $200-300 from hustling niggas bowling.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I know you can hustle anything, but I was like, damn, nigga hustling and bowling. But he had some loose friends that would come through sometimes, and I had some loose friends that would come through sometimes, and we'd party or whatever. And then sometimes, shit would kick off, but I normally have, me a chick. So it was one night, I ain't have a chick. He had a little, nothing special. A little chick came through, so they came on my side of the house. We was chilling, smoking, do a little herbal medication and sipping on some drinks. And, I was minding my business. I went and, they went on their side of the house. I was, laid on the couch watching TV. Next thing I know, my man texted me, was like, yo, dog, my folks want to holler at you. What you talking about? My folks in the room. Come to the room. I'm like, huh? What?
They ain't throw up no red flag.
I mean, like I said, we was cool. So, we had been living together for probably about a year. So we was cool. I met him through a mutual friend. And we ain't never had no problems. He paid his rent on time. He actually had DirecTV, had the football package. I had cable. So we was, living a good life. Two bachelors, wasn't paying that much. It was still 2002, so rent wasn't that
Bopping
bad.
around the house.
I mean, it was 2002, 2003. We was living life. I was making good money at Frito. My rent wasn't crazy. I was paying like $800 to rent out a whole house. So you know what I'm saying. So it was a good time. It was a good time. So he was like, come in the room, bring a little something, a little herbal medication with you. I'm like, all right, come in the room. She on the joint butt naked. And my man was like, hey, she trying to, have a little fun. I said, for real? I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and roll. I thought y'all wanted to smoke. I'm going to go ahead and roll. He's like, nah, she talking about she trying to have some. I was like, oh, for real? And automatically, me being me, I was like, all right, if we going to do this, it's going to be rules, bro. You stay on your half of the torso. I stay on my half of the torso. Don't be looking at me. Keep the lights off. Nah, the lights was off. We had to. You can't. That's G etiquette. You cannot make eye contact when you're in the middle of a G. If you do, you will get smacked the shit out of by me.
I wasn't aware that there were rules.
Well, you have to see that. That's the problem.
Enlightening us.
People don't have rules, and that's why we're in this world we're in now. You have to have rules for everything. You might not follow them all the time, but you have to have them.
You're a sick person.
How is that sick?
I mean, it's just really.
You gotta have rules, man. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
You're such a thought.
I'm just saying. How am I wrong?
I'm just saying.
You need a Superman shirt. Take the ass off of the seal.
You're such a thought.
I'm just saying, if you have rules, like I've lived by rules my whole life. I've done some messed up things.
We know.
But I haven't got screwed over because of them, because I have rules.
Oh.
Now, there's only certain things I will and won't do, and I won't cross those lines.
What line will you not cross?
You just G.
Where is the line?
You just G somebody with a line. You done G the pistol and shit.
I won't shit on them.
You won't?
Literally.
Oh, that's your line.
I won't shit on them, literally.
Great.
Yeah.
Good to know that you have a line.
So you won't defecate on
I
her.
won't defecate on it.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, I've never had anyone say they like that, so I'm not gonna do that.
Lady Antoinette, he said, well, I mean, he was really strong. I mean, if she asked at least one.
If we in the shower,
Let me count a squad.
What is wrong with you?
I told you, man, I'm different, man. I've been through some things, man.
Not the word.
I done been through some things,
Privilege
man.
is fucking nasty.
There are a lot of people that are different. This surpasses different.
I know. I told you I'm a unique individual.
Unique is you're not even there either. Like we don't have a word for you.
Nasty. So let's go to this next question. God save us. I'm almost tempted to play a video because
like we went in one direction and then it just went all the way over here.
I'm just saying, we always gonna get somewhere way on the other
we
side.
start right here.
Yeah.
And then we end up across the street with you.
And I told you that's how I am, man.
No,
They
across the street, down the street.
That's what I say.
Like a couple,
People-
like a left here, right here.
People
We
cross.
everywhere.
People put that line in the sand, like don't cross right here. They gonna go an inch over the line. I'm going all the way to fucking California.
We
man.
noticed.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
We know
And that's what makes me me, and that's why people love me.
Well, I'm not sure about the love part.
Well, some people love me.
I was about to say because I'm still waiting for that one call. We do need a caller to call in
No, we don't.
to express
No, we don't.
their thoughts and feelings.
Look into my eyes. No, we don't. We don't need no calls. Like I said, I'm a changed man. We're talking about in my 20s and early 30s. I'm about to be 43 next month. I'm drinking milk now.
You drinking?
I'm grown.
I don't think I want to know.
That's the darkest color milk ever. Is that
Right.
chocolate? Was that Douce flavor?
Yeah,
milk
this
or
is
chocolate?
new. This is a special cow that I get this from.
Yeah, okay.
I ain't never seen no milk like
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
It's really good too.
you know what?
And then you chase it with a beer.
I think I gotta play a video. I can't even ask the other questions. I get all this CBD shit out my system. So yeah.
I just now I'm imagining him pooping on everybody, like in the shower. of
Nah,
course.
honestly, with my stomach issues, I wouldn't be a pretty thick, so I would never do that.
It's
You
even
know?
worse.
You know what? Mics are being shut off. This is JB. JP the Prince.
So bad.
I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. And any reverends that want to call in and pray for CP3, please do.
Don't put no
I ain't
hands
bring
on
no
me.
sage.
And don't put no hands on me.
Holy water.
Wish I could hang out with my partners on some key and fuel. I can't trust no one niggas, low key Jesus take the wheel. Gotta keep it in on me, niggas flip out what's the deal.
Only CP3 goes out. Oh yeah, we did Gia, girl.
And I won't defecate on it. Well,
Well,
maybe.
first he was on shit. I won't. They was like,
If the price is right, well, shit.
he said the price is right. Well, shit.
He act like, hold on. He act like I was wrong. He ain't got no line. Like, where's the line? You just told me you had a line, but then you let me know you would cross it.
I gotta find it again.
Nigga, what line?
That line is zigzag.
I just feel listening to be like, yo, this dude is fucking crazy.
I just got an inbox.
It's probably like, yo, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Nigga, you wonder why you sell up because you shitting on people.
Right. We now know why he's single.
But every action has a reaction. Move too quick, I got precision. I ain't even from the hood. It's something more suburbs, something just hood. Smoke me some gas, then I run it up. I do it like a king should. Burning my dog, give a wood. Must say I don't think I should. Now baby, don't feel like shoes. Bring a chick, I give a wood. Now with my partners on some key and fuel. I can't trust no one, niggas. Low key, Jesus, take the wheel. Gotta keep it in on me, niggas. Flip out what's the deal. I swear I ain't to shoot nobody, but trust me, nigga, I will. Wish I could hang out with my partners on some key and fuel. I can't trust no one, niggas. Jesus, take the wheel. Take the keep the hand on me, niggas. Flip out what's the deal. I swear I ain't to shoot nobody, but trust me, nigga, I will.
Been about miles, rest in peace to the world once they die. Got me feeling like the illness alive. If a nigga tell you different, he lie. Girl, if you can see the shit in my eyes, on the front line whenever it's time. Got me feeling like the illness alive. 100 forever, bullshit to the side. Get yours, cause I'ma get mine. My enemies, y'all been gon' survive. Got me feeling like the illness. Got me feeling like the illness. Got me feeling like the illness alive. Got me feeling like the illness. Boy, I'm a dog at the crib. My dog just killed my dog. We don't have no leashes, so she can get greasy if you get the gig in this thing like a flapper. So pledge your allegiance to me. I've been working on fighting my demons, but they keep wanting me on my dreams. They say it's money outside. You ain't here sleeping. I run like disturbing the face. See, man, I'm up right now, but you got to be down on my niggas with down just to see what I mean. On the same for you niggas to see what I said. Unthinkable things that I've done for this crib. Cash rules everything around me, especially in the gutter where the fuckers found me. Have a nigga put cash on it as a bounty. I'll be quick to make it up like bounty. What is you talking about, boy? I'm a ride. Since day one, I've been about mine. Rest in peace to the world once they die. Got me feeling like the illness alive. If a nigga tell you different, he lie. Girl, if you can see the shit in my eyes, on the front line whenever it's time. Got me feeling like the illness alive. 100 forever, bullshit to the side. Get yours, cause I'ma get mine. My enemies, y'all been gon' survive. Got me feeling like the illness. Got me feeling like the illness. Got me feeling like the illness alive. Got me feeling like the illness. To the niggas that really know about me, know the game wouldn't be the same without me. I've been putting in big work out in the county. In the district, you can get it for a bounce fee, but the best thing you can do for me is doubt me. Cause you niggas always running at the mouthpiece. I don't want none of keep feeling niggas to scout me. You heard about me, but don't know nothing about me. See the problem you know, just don't live by the code. I was raised by a guess, it is all that I know. I said what there is to be sold, but I never selling my soul. If they catch me off cold, I ain't telling the soul. But these real niggas fold. By the time you hit the court, ain't no telling who or what he done told. He done took the cigarette, shaking hands with them folks, and now he gotta go. What you talking about, boy? I'm a ride. Since day one, I've been about mine. Rest in peace to the world when they die. Got me feeling like the illest alive. If a nigga tell you different, he lie. Girl, if you can see the shit in my eyes. On the front line whenever it's time. Got me feeling like the illest alive. Knowing they forever bullshit to the side. Get yours, cause I'ma get mine. My enemies, y'all been gon' survive. Got me feeling like the illest. Got me feeling like the illest. Got me feeling like the illest alive. Got me feeling like the illest.
Okay, we're back with CP3, Defecating 3.
Shitty, bang, bang, baby.
You know what?
And now we know why he's single. Yes, we do.
Oh
We
man,
know why
it's
he's
a vast,
single.
it's a vast number of reasons why I'm
This is
single.
just a mess.
I'm just
So-
like, what?
The next question I had is being submissive a bad thing in a relationship?
No.
Why?
Well, for me, being submissive, for me personally, is there are times where your significant other, your spouse, whoever, should be able to lead and you follow. You know, with me being a female, you know, you can talk bad about me if you want, but there are certain traditional aspects that I feel should not change. If I'm in a relationship, my man leads, I follow. That doesn't mean that my voice doesn't count. That doesn't mean that I will never lead. There may be situations where he follows suit for me. So you should be able to be submissive to your significant other, male or female. There are times where you do have to submit and say, you know what, you got it. You know, I might be better with finances and he's not. That would be his time to submit and say, you know what, you got this. You handle it. So for me, I feel like it is important to do.
It sounds like for you, it's more like a two-way street.
It is a two-way street, but overall, I would respect my man as the leader of my household. Period.
Defecating 3.
I'm waiting.
Submissive doesn't mean that you say, hey baby, lay down while I take a shit on you.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't do stuff like that. 'Cause
Depends on how much money is involved. But nah. This is a very interesting topic coming from the male perspective because
that's why I'm glad we have Lady Antoinette here.
yeah.
Because it's not all on just one side.
Yeah, no doubt. Because I've been on both sides. I've been, in my opinion, submissive to the fact that I allowed my significant other to basically talk to me however way she wanted to, and I basically took it. Because I didn't have my self-worth right then. I thought that, you know, I had to settle for this situation, and because of my previous situation. So having a submissive mindset, depending on what you're going through and what your relationship is based off of, can be a bad thing coming from the male perspective, because a lot of folks don't understand when you go through that, why you're going through that. Because some of my buddies, they, you know, I would talk to them and they be like, dude, you just need to roll, bro. This is not a healthy relationship. But because I didn't have a good self-opinion of myself at that time and felt like nobody wanted to be with me, I felt like that's, you know, the only relationship I was going to get in. I stayed in a bad relationship for a while and chose to be submissive, do everything she asked, and still was treated like shit. So in that aspect, it can be a bad way, but when you have a partner that understands and isn't that selfish mentality that you can have that so-called submissive, dominant relationship, it's a thin line, because saying those things, saying those words, just like when I say with black power and black pride and white pride, when you hear black power and white power, you automatically think something negative because having power means somebody else has weakness. So therefore, by saying she's or he or she is submissive, that means someone else has power over them. And depending on the mindset of that person, they can look at that as a negative, even though, as you spoke on, you know, the traditional so-called woman's role in some aspects to, you know, follow the man's lead, you know, in the proper situation, i.e. marriage, not just boyfriend, because we know fuck boys come in all shapes and sizes as boyfriends. Until they put a ring on it, they don't own it. You shouldn't do nothing, you know, that you don't want to do for a boyfriend. When it's your husband and y'all building a life together, then yeah, you have those conversations, but that doesn't mean that you should automatically bow down and do what he says if you don't feel comfortable or don't like what he's bringing to you. You know, have that conversation, and he should be able to respect your decision if you choose not to. That's the one thing I always say with my relationship, that we should be able to agree to disagree. If, you know, we're not going to sit here, yell, cuss, and fuss because nothing's going to get accomplished. And if she proceeds to do that, I will just sit there and look at her. And when she's finished ranting and raving, I will ask her, all right, now you done? Can we have a civilized conversation? Or do you want to yell some more? Because we can sit here and yell, and I can guarantee by the end of it, your feelings are going to be hurt because I want to say some cold-blooded shit that I don't care, because at that point I'm in it for just irritation. If I'm telling you, let's just take some time and chill, think about things and have a calm conversation, but you want to go off and play the angry black woman, white woman, Asian woman, whoever I'm with, and we can play that game, but it's not going to turn out well for you because I'm an asshole. So,
You know, the more you drink, the more you spit the truth.
I mean, I've always said I was an
The way he
asshole.
spits it, though.
Yeah,
It's uncut
No, it's not just uncut.
because I try to
It
hurt.
has this anger behind
No,
it.
it's like, I forgot what comedian it was, but he said it perfectly. Men, we speak truth, but it comes to our heart, and then we soften it up because man, truth is hurtful.
Wait, you softened that up?
No, well, kind of, sort of. It could have got a lot worse.
Okay, so first, we have a situation where you say you have a line, but then you let us know that you would actually cross that line.
I mean,
So
if money
there's
is
no line.
involved, I
But
mean,
we're not going to go back there right now. Now you're telling me that when you spit the truth, that you soften it first?
if I'm in a relationship, yes, definitely. I have
if
to.
you're in a relationship.
Yeah, we're speaking on relationships.
And so
so
you're
far.
not in a relationship now.
Then
so
the gloves come
therefore, a lot
off.
of things
Yeah,
that
it's
come out
just
your mouth are
uncut.
not softened.
No, well,
Okay,
I try to. It depends
When?
on the person. It depends on the person I'm talking to.
So
Okay.
question: when you were submissive to the female, did you feel you were being less than a man because you were submissive?
Not until after I got out of the relationship. Like,
So
as I
it
was
took
in
some
it, I
time.
felt like I was being a good man because I was stepping up, helping her raise her son. I was taking her to work. I got her job. I was taking her to work, picking her up. I was doing basically everything to try to uplift her. But because of her mindset and dealings with her baby daddy, and she couldn't have her own mind when it came to him, it just, you know,
So
You were being used.
yeah. Do you view that
in certain ways, yeah,
That
certain
might
ways.
even be submissive. That was more like me. But do you view being a male being submissive as being weak?
It depends on which aspects of submissive we're talking. If we're talking about financially and letting yourself get walked over and taken advantage of, yeah. But if it's like she was saying, if the woman is better with the finances, and I say, look, I need you to help me get my budget together.
So because when we two different things.
Mm-hmm.
When a woman here saying something like, you see how she answered the question when I said about being submissive and how she broke it down. As men, when we hear submissive, we hear weak.
Yeah, because it's a whole different context coming from a man's perspective.
Because our perspective is
We have to be strong.
yes.
Right. But you can be strong and submit. I'm a strong woman,
Yeah, no doubt.
but I know how to submit.
But see, that's the catch.
But I think that's why I want to teach people with this dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have it. Like, something happened. I was watching TV or something, and it came in my mind. I was like, "Yeah, this would be nice. This would be a nice thing to talk about."
You was watching Lowered Expectations.
So- That's from a movie too.
Yes, it was.
And the concept of it had me thinking because men we view it's trigger words. So men, when we hear submissive is a trigger word for a man because when we hear it, we automatically think weak. When a woman hears it, she says, "You know what? We are submissive to each other," and she shows the value of the word. and open your eyes to something different.
Well,
Because
I'ma
we're not
be
even
real.
taught that word for real.
Well,
For
no,
real.
I'm gonna be real. So growing up, I was a tomboy. I ran the streets, playing football, the whole nine. Okay, that version of me would not have submitted to any man. Okay, as I got older, and I was schooled by women. Believe it or not, I was schooled by older women in my life about submitting. And then it was like a light switch. It was just, it clicked on, like, oh. Like, and then I think back to my grandmother or my aunts, my mom, you know, and how they were in their relationships, how they ran the household,
Yeah.
okay? They ran the household, but they submitted to their spouse. If something wasn't right, they take him to the side, speak to him. Their voice and their opinion still mattered. But ultimately, they submitted to their spouse. Now we take that concept and you take it into this new age where, you know, things are different. Dynamics and relationships are different. You know, sometimes the woman's the breadwinner. I swear I just had this conversation. But sometimes a woman is the breadwinner. Even in that situation, if the woman is a breadwinner, I still feel like you should still respect your man as the head of the household. Because head of household does not always mean finance. So there are a lot of men who only submit when they're making less than their spouse or their significant other. And that's not how it should go. It's like a two-way street. If I'm better at something, then let me take that. But like you said, some men think that submitting means weak. So even if the spouse is better at, you know, managing the budget for the household, I gotta be the man. I still gotta do it.
Well, if you
And what happens? You may fail.
yeah, the thing about it is, we'd asked me this question 20 years ago
You wouldn't submit. You wouldn't.
No.
Right.
because in my mind it's weak.
Right.
I mean, let's dig into why it's considered weak.
It's considered weak because we were taught women submit, men don't.
That's one aspect of it. Another aspect of it is when most men have been hurt by a woman is when they have submitted and given the trust to them, and
I think that's true.
and most of those times it came at the bite of me. No, I've never fully submitted to a woman. Like I said, if my name is on most of the relationships I've been in where I live with a female, my name was on a lease alone. Because if it didn't work out, she was getting the fuck out.
Right, but you felt you have animosity towards that relationship where you felt you did submit.
I can't know. I don't say now. I don't, because I think that's what made me into the man I am today. That I am ready for a
Oh, so we
relationship.
need her to call. Okay, got you.
What's her name?
We need her to call
No,
right
sir.
now.
No, sir. I would
Because
not.
I need to find her. Is she on Facebook? Or she, I need to find
I
her
am not. No, because I
now.
know you FBI Facebook you Facebook investigator. I ain't fucking with you. But nah, 'cause at first, I mean, because like I said, it was a combination of me being the person who I was, and I had some learning and growing to do, and the situation. Like I said, I don't really look at it as she used me as the more the fact that I was trying to help her out of her situation. And I'm not saying because we were together for 6 years, for 6 years, but only lived together for 2. We weren't together for 4 years,
Okay.
and sometimes 2 people just can't live together. I think the relationship was cool, but when we started living together, because she had so many underlying issues that she had never dealt with, she never went to therapy or embraced it. Then the fact that I think I tried to overcompensate for me understanding and giving her time to try to mature or get through those things, but she wasn't ready at that point in her life to get over those things, and I had to accept that, and that's when I ended up moving on. And because I felt like I had screwed over too many good females that I was with before, and I felt like I was too judgmental in my past, where I might have ended some relationships early because I didn't want to put the work in.
Right.
So I felt like I'm going to put the work in, put the dedication in, and I'm going to be positive instead of saying this ain't going to work, I'm gone, fuck this, I'm going to go holler at my, whatever. I gave it an honest try, and it taught me, about compassion and empathy, because that was one thing I said. I didn't know what the fuck those words meant. I would abuse and women, and I actually had a woman ask me, you know, you don't have any compassion? And I looked at her there in the face like, what the fuck is compassion? I don't know what it is.
So, but I do have.
I'm
a
serious.
question.
I had no idea.
So in that relationship, do you regret submitting to her?
Mm-mm. Because it wouldn't have made me to the man I am today.
Have you ever cried in front of a female?
Yep. After my dad passed, a few females I've cried in front of that I had a close bond with, that I met. I've actually, like, because this month, October, is always a rough month. August is his birthday, and October is his death date. So these times are always hard for me, and it always seems like I either meet a female or I hook back up with a female at those times, and then when it hits me, if I feel comfortable enough with them and it comes out, I don't like run away and run to the bathroom or whatever. I just let it out. There's nothing wrong with a man crying. I know, like you said, 20 years ago, we probably wouldn't have said that, but you got to get that shit out. No person is an island and can do everything in life by themselves. You have to have support. You got to let that shit out, because if not, you're going to snap. And that's what I used to do. I used to snap because I didn't know how to let my tears out, let my emotion out of me being in a, you know, feeling weak or feeling defeated or feeling whatever. I didn't know how to let that out, so it would turn to anger and frustration, and then I would lash out. Now I get it out in comedy and, you know, radio shows, cracking jokes with y'all and saying outrageous shit on there just to, you know, get a reaction. Some true, some not true, but we're not gonna talk about that now.
We don't have to go into that.
I mean, you just admit on the air that you G'd a girl.
Right, and you.
You trying to tell? Hold on. You trying to tell me you ain't never been in that situation, even my brother?
No.
And you said you would defecate.
You know why?
I would
Because
never.
honestly, I walked away from situations. Beautifully.
Why you making that face? Why you don't believe me? So you think everybody?
I'm not gonna say nothing on there. We gonna talk off air
Oh,
on
no,
that
no.
one.
So you think everybody's fantastic like you?
Everybody's had an escapade in their life. Not saying it was a threesome or a G.
A G?
No, an escapade. They've had a freaky situation, a lifestyle party, or they accidentally on purpose ended up at a swinger party. They didn't know it was a swinger party, but was a swinger. Everybody's had. Janet, I know you're the good girl, but I know from either college or in your 20s, you might have had a
what?
a party escapade weekend or something. A
Party escapade
Well, you
weekend.
like, and after you broke up with a dude, and you like, you know, fuck it, girl, we going out of town, we going to ball out. Fuck that nigga, I'm gonna forget that nigga, I'm gonna just go out and wild out.
So you think I was just going out of town?
I'm not
smashing
saying
off
every. I'm
birthday
not saying every. No, I'm not saying random. If you
Okay,
had
I
if you
just
had a
wanted to
friend in
know.
another state, like, girl, let's go visit my friend, whatever. You know, we ain't really done nothing, but you know, we've talked before, and you know something. I mean, you've had to have one of those weekends where you just got away and let your hair down and be like, fuck it, we're gonna have some fun. Not saying you went out and smashed 2 or 3
Okay, 'cause
dudes
I
or
can
whatever.
go out and have fun, but we're talking sexcapades that you're having. So are you?
But I'm not
are
saying
you
they're random.
that
They don't have to be random
I
sexcapades.
was having
I'm saying in with your life, you've had to have at least one
one sexcapade.
weekend, yeah, or day.
Sexcapade weekend.
Weekend or day, you've had to have one. Come on now, Janet.
Weekend or
Miss
day.
Lady Antoinette, you had to have one.
That's my thing. That's my question to you. Because what are you trying to say a sexcapade weekend?
I
is?
mean, just
Because
cut
you're
loose.
confusing me right now.
Oh well, we do have 2 different definitions, but I
Right,
mean,
that's
just a have fun, no cares. I'm gonna just go have fun this weekend, no consequences. I'm gonna just go have
With a
fun.
boo.
With or without.
I'm so confused.
How you try to tell me you've never had a
Like I've gone and had fun for a weekend with my friends. But you're talking
Okay, let's
about
just put it like
adding
this.
sexcapades in it?
Have
Is
you
that
ever
what
had a
you're-
one night stand?
No.
Damn, that's crazy. I can't believe. It's just hard to believe that you haven't had a one
Why
night
is
stand.
that
Because
hard to
everybody had. I figured everybody has had at least
Okay,
one.
first of all, I married young,
Oh yeah, that's true too.
and
yeah.
we already established that I don't cheat.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I never understood that getting married young thing.
I mean, I don't necessarily regret it because it made me the woman that I am
I
today.
get it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I got a coworker that's what 20. I think he said he's like 22, 23. He's engaged to get married
Oh,
now.
I was married by then.
See, I mean, now, I understand getting caught up in a relationship and thinking that that's what you want, but just looking back at the big scope of things, like, you're 22, 23. You have your whole life ahead of you. You haven't experienced anything, but you think you're in love and you find the person
But
you
what
want to spend the
about
rest
those
of your
people who have experience?
Yeah, I mean, there are cases where that happens, but I haven't met many that
Well,
has
I
been
will say
successful.
this: as far as I'm concerned, I
Mhm.
don't feel like I personally was too young,
Okay.
okay, to get married. However, I got married too fast. If that makes any sense. There's a
It does.
difference. There's a difference between the two.
True, true. I mean, but they kind of not necessarily go hand in hand, but one of them leads to the other. Because if you were older, you know you would have took more time. You wouldn't have rushed into it.
Well, it was extenuating circumstances for my situation.
I could take that. I could take that. We all have those. But yeah, it's I still can't get over you. Just one, not just one.
Why do I need to have one?
I'm not saying you need to. I just figured everybody had experience. You know, like
I'm very particular.
I am
about who I
too.
deal with.
I am too. My, you know, yeah. Old boy don't just get over anybody. I feel you.
Okay.
But
You said what?
old boy don't.
Wait,
get-
151, did you hear this? He said, old boy don't just get with any old body.
No, he don't. He hit the Pac-Man on the quick. Wah, 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 wah.
I actually feel opposite about you.
No, nah. If I could do anything, I wouldn't be, going through this pandemic situation I'm going through right
Okay,
now.
but that's now. The
That,
old
exactly. I've had females offer,
You
their
done knocked
services.
down some. Never mind.
Hold up. Name me one questionable joint that I had.
I'm just saying you just.
You talking about the one the for
no,
the
no.
you talking about the family fun day? That's what you bringing up. I was in my stripper phase, man. What, man? Damn it!
Aren't you in your stripper phase?
Right now, because the club's closed. Shit.
Wait, they didn't reopen?
Some of them are. When I was doing security, that can't because it served alcohol, not in
You
phase.
need to be living in Atlanta if that's the case.
No, because there's too many of the
They were
alphabet.
still stripping
It's
in the
too many of the
pandemic.
alphabet community down there. I'm not, when I went down there before it hit
You don't want
hard.
to be fooled.
That and that I ain't trying to be looking at hand size and if you got an Adam's apple. I'm like, clubs be dark, man. Might get tricked on some bullshit. But yeah, the last time I was down in Atlanta, that's when it had just started getting that way. That was like 97, 98. I think that was All Star
You
last
was
time I was
down there
down.
for Freaknik?
No, I was down there for All Star weekend. I've never been to a Freaknik, but I was too young for the full effect of Freaknik.
Oh, you was?
I was only like
You
14,
was
15.
not too young.
I was like 14, 15 when
The
Freaknik.
last one?
I don't even know when the last one was.
Well, no, they had a newer one in recent years.
Well, I heard after
Before
after they stopped them, it wasn't the same. I don't want to go to the
Right.
watered down.
But
joint.
I mean, back in the day, no, they
I
were
wanna
still
be in there
going
like
on
Luke.
when you could have gone.
I want to be in them joints that was like the loot parties.
Oh my god, yeah, those were still going on when you were of
Oh,
age.
see, I know. See, I wasn't really traveling then either. Then I was stuck in Maryland for different reasons. But yeah, man, it's just we all go through our stripper phase, all males. Some females too go through their stripper phase. That should be funny though.
What?
Yeah,
What you mean?
they enjoy being with male strippers, even though most of them are gay. They, some of them swing both
How
ways.
you know most of them gay?
I've done security at male and female strip stuff
Okay, and
before.
in your opinion, most of the male strippers are gay.
At least the ones that I spoke to said they were either gay or bisexual.
Oh
Exact. That's why I don't understand why the females
my
would
god. I mean,
be.
I'm saying, oh my goodness, because I don't frequent male strip clubs.
I don't either. I
However-
did security one time, and I told him, "Don't ever put me on detail again." And he put me on a detail for a gay male. Like they put me on detail for gay
Well,
lesbian
I mean,
parties.
of
It's cool.
course You're gonna go if you're going to work security under those circumstances. Of course, the male strippers that you talk to are gonna be gay because that's who they were dancing for.
No, I'm talking about when they were dancing for women.
Okay,
Too.
alright, let's see between get this put off the air.
We talk about real shit. How is that
Some
gonna put us
people
put off
out in the
the?
community.
I didn't insult them. I just
Not
said.
yet, but I can smell
No,
it.
I just said
It's
that.
coming.
It's coming.
No, I just said
It's
that
coming.
I won't do a male gay event security again. You see
Okay.
some stuff you don't want to see, my brother. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't. It made my stomach hurt. Some of the
So,
stuff that I
Here we
saw.
go. We about to.
No, I'm not going. I mean, I don't have a problem with him.
Okay, let's do this follow up. So I sent it to CP3. Dr. Dre's wife. She was asking for the whole lump of money and stuff. Dr. J's wife is under investigation for
Mm.
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 allegedly embezzlement of nearly $400,000.
She brought it on herself.
Nicole Young is reportedly being investigated by the Los Angeles Police Department for alleged embezzlement. Back in September, Nicole was accused of draining business accounts
Yep.
of $353,000.
Mm-hmm.
There was even a check that Nicole wrote to herself. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn.
And she probably did it for her business.
That she wrote to herself from Dr. Dre's business partners, who co-founded Studio One. She co-founded with Dr. 15. Oh damn. Is accusing of taking more than money. Damn, she's in trouble.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild that embezzlement is really
It's serious.
It's
That's
really serious.
federal.
You've stolen large
And
amounts
the amount of money
money.
she asked for, and then to seeing this,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hard. I mean, because at this point, how can you fight the prenup?
Mm-hmm.
Because if this actually goes down, does the prenup stand, or do we even need to talk about a prenup? Because technically, she can go to jail now at this point.
Yeah. So her greed has caused her to be in this situation.
Say that part again.
Yes, her greed caused her to, I guess, if in fact she did it, because right now it's alleged,
Yes, it's alleged.
So if she did embezzle the money, that's her greed. And then we all have seen the breakdown of their divorce and things that she's asking. That's also her greed. However, when you ask for that amount of money, and it's just so ridiculous and so outrageous, people are going to start looking into everything. You have now put the spotlight on yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
So she's at the point now, she put the spotlight on herself, and I can't feel sorry for her. I didn't feel sorry anyway because she was ridiculous.
The amount that she was asking for was crazy.
Yes, the amount she was asking for was unrealistic,
And
and the breakdown was just outrageous.
like, real talk. I get it, she's a woman with money. And she's a very attractive woman.
Well, she's a woman whose husband has money. She has a little money. However, you look at what he's built and what she's built.
But, and then that's the thing, it's, she said she needed a security team. There is nobody, I mean, I can tell you right now, if she walked down the street, I couldn't be like, oh, that Dr. Dre wife.
Well, here's the thing. When she requested all of that money, people now know who she is. People now can see her.
That's true.
She
That's
has
true.
brought herself, like, once again, you put the spotlight on yourself.
Yes.
And I can imagine, after she did that, there are a lot of angry people. There are people that will approach you. If you are an actor and you're on a show and they don't like your character, people will come up to you saying things. So Lord knows that your real life, unfortunately, these are the times that we're in right now.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
you legit tried to drain Dr. Dre's bank account on so many levels. Yes, she needs a security team now.
Yeah, because now we're really never get the Detox album. It's only been 35 years.
This whole situation, oh man, it's exhausting. With her asking for the crazy amount she was asking for, now it turns out that she was trying to double dip and extort, embezzle, whatever you want to call it. And the whole thing is, who asked for the divorce? Was it Dre or was it her?
It was her.
That's kind of where I was going with this. And like, so you make a choice to leave the man that's provided you with everything that you asked for, knowing there's a prenup, giving him these crazy, $200,000 for entertainment and all this other bullshit, and then while you're doing that, trying to play the victim, you're being a criminal and embezzling the money. And by the way, you're a lawyer, so you know it's against the law.
Yep. And she will get disbarred if she's found guilty.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that part.
She
Yeah,
will
so-
not be able to. So if you do your little time or whatever, and then you're free to go, you know, you can't practice law.
She can't practice law.
Yeah,
No.
and that done messed up the whole thing. Cause I was gonna go out there and try to get her to be my sponsor, but now she can't work, so she ain't no good to me no more.
She ain't gonna have no money.
Damn, that's how you feel though.
But she ain't getting no money from Dre now because she got caught in bed. She about to
You
go to
really
jail.
just said you was gonna try to get her to be your sponsor though.
Yeah, I'm looking for a
So
sponsor.
you just a
You gonna
common
piss on her?
thought.
If she asks me to for the right price, she
So
got
you
that.
was just gonna be a common thought, a gold digger.
I've been trying to be in a relationship responsibly, and that ain't got me nowhere.
I mean, we're still.
When
in
I was
a
being the
pandemic.
thought, when
Give
I was-
it some time.
Man, I know some dudes is still getting ass, and I'm a little upset about that.
I'm sorry.
Cause they
So
don't
were
look
you
at.
happier when you were in a relationship, or were you happy being a thought?
I'm just happy being a thought, but I'm trying to change. That's why I want to be in a relationship. 'Cause I don't. But saying I was happy as a thought is not saying it was a good thing. Cause you get them lonely nights, man. Them lonely nights suck, bruh.
So you were a form thought.
Exactly. I want to be a responsible relationship dude. I do, but it's just not playing out that
So
way.
what is your ideal woman?
I think she's been swallowed or stuck in a condom somewhere, bro. I don't know.
Okay, we wanted to know what your ideal woman was. We did not
I'm just saying.
ask you for that.
I'm just saying. I think that's where she at. I'm just saying. That's just what I'm just saying. I think about these things, brother. I'm at home alone.
I'm gonna be real with you. I once said, I think my soulmate got hit by a bus, or he got lost, or something like that. I have said that. However,
He said swallow or stuck in a condom.
meaning she was never even born.
Exactly. That's the way I feel right about that.
But
bro.
why? What explain her to me? May she
I mean,
rest in peace. Or
my whole
not
thing-
rest in
What she
peace?
would have been like.
I mean, my whole issue that I've had recently is because I'm a busy person.
Okay.
I do a lot. I do 3 shows on Sundays. I do a show Monday. I do a show sometime during the week. I rip and run a lot. I do a lot of networking and politicking. For some reason, the women that I come across, they say they understand that. But after a while, because I understand relationship takes work, I try to put my time in, and they say they understand my situation and they can deal with it just to say it because it's lip service. I need someone that knows what they want and really mean it.
Well, one play devil's advocate. The life we live doing entertainment, media, and all that other stuff, not everybody can get used to that.
Definitely.
Like on some real stuff. Even when I was rapping and this, it was, oh, well, you always in the studio. You know, even now when people call me up, it's, oh, what you doing today? A show, nigga.
Right.
That's why I got his money. You doing another show, nigga? This your 3rd one a day. I know.
And the life that we live is just something to be accustomed. People have to be accustomed and used to. Now, we know that ain't easy shit to get accustomed to.
That's why I tell them up front. That's why I don't rope them in.
But wait a minute, because even telling them and showing them is something totally different.
Exactly. And then you said they don't understand it. There's a reason for that. If you talking to somebody who don't hustle, and I swear to you, I just had this conversation this weekend. If you're talking to somebody who does not hustle, somebody who works a 9 to 5, they go home, they watch TV,
Yeah, it's not
they're
gonna work.
chilling,
Yeah.
or the weekend, or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. They're not going. It's not. I'm not saying it's not going to work, but they're not going to understand
Yeah.
to the degree that you want them to.
Yeah, and I understand
whether
that.
they're accepting of it or not.
Yeah.
So you also have to look at them as a person.
Yeah, I don't get upset with that. That's why I tell them up front. I don't hold ill will against anyone. I know everyone. Just because I like them and want to be with them doesn't mean that we're going to be
what
together.
I need you to understand is that there are women out here,
That
whether
understand
they're
hustle.
busy or not, they will understand. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be real with you. I used to be a military spouse, okay? Meaning he gone all the time, okay? And because he's gone the way that he's gone, because I might have to move here, move there, there was a period of time where I was a stay-at-home mom. When I had 2 young kids, like I just had my son, my daughter was still young, and I could understand he's gone because he has to be. So let's say fast forward, it didn't work, we got a divorce, And if I'm dealing with somebody else who has a job that's very demanding, I understand that. Even if I'm not that busy, I can understand that because my life experience has allowed me to understand that.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's it. They don't
With
understand.
that said, there are a lot of women out here that will understand. So therefore, when you're talking about that, you may not get in contact with them. Maybe you need to readjust where you're meeting these women.
And I hear that I've met women from so many different vast backgrounds, and it comes to the same thing. They say they understand, they say they can deal with it, but after a point, they can't
Okay,
because they
so
don't like you said. Because I
Are
don't,
you
I don't.
communicating your
Yeah, I'm
background?
fully. They
But
all.
it is, but see, CP3.
Mhm.
What you gotta find somebody that's on the same way, the way. Saying that you understand and showing that you understand is two different things. And when you deal with a person, it's gonna be you gotta test them waters early. So-
Exactly. That's what I do.
And the thing about this is because this ain't normal.
No, it's
Like
not.
we don't do like
No, it's
last
not.
week we did a 4-hour show.
And I'm gonna be real with you. If you're in a relationship and you do a 4-hour show, she might be like, unless she's watching, because
That-
that's another factor
That's the
to be
exact.
supportive.
That's
But
the.
unless she's watching, she gonna look at you like you stupid when you come in the door.
So
Oh, your show normally
And-
2
and
hours.
see-
Where was
and-
you at
and
the
see-
last
and-
2
So let me tell you
hours?
something.
And see, that's where the problem comes in
but
there.
see, let me tell you something. Let me
We'll
tell you.
find a girl that supports.
Like this. So when me and GOP and we introduced so and so to the show, right?
Mhm.
She's with a dude, and I used to watch them, her call him, and him argue with, and the thing was he actually been on the show,
Mhm. I
so he
remember.
knew how late that we stayed and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Oh, what do you mean y'all still there? Oh man, we had 10 people in here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, cause you know back then.
Yeah.
You can easily walk in and be like, we was at the big long table.
Mhm.
Man, you can walk in and we can literally have every seat full, plus the seats on the side at 1:30 in the morning. Niggas was calling us when they come out of yo, y'all doing y'all show right now? I won't come through.
Yep.
So they wound up breaking up because we could not handle being accustomed to that lifestyle.
Yeah, I definitely understand it. I get it.
Not everybody's gonna understand your hustle.
I know,
But see, at the same time,
and that's what I come across.
if there's a woman that's willing to be supportive of you, that means she will support your hustle.
Yeah, I've heard that, but like you said, the actions don't come with it.
Right, but what I'm saying is, that's why I said, if she's already watching the show, she knows how long your show went.
Yeah.
So if she's supportive of you, she will make an effort
Yeah, I
to
definitely,
find
I
out
definitely, agree.
information, and she'll actually be okay.
I
with you
definitely
doing
agree.
So,
it.
so
I
like,
definitely
so like our
agree.
guest last week, Go Villain, right?
Mhm.
I should applaud his
His
girl.
girl, yes.
She ain't shy.
Nope,
She ain't make a face.
nope.
She stood there. She let him shine. She let him talk. She let him have his moment. Now, what they said in the car, maybe something totally different.
But honestly, the vibe she gave
But the
me,
vibe she gave was, yo, she was happy.
she
for
was
him.
and supportive.
Yes.
So if she there with you, willing to support you, or even if she's doing her thing, let's say I start talking to a guy, and he got his stuff over here, you know, and I'm on my show. Okay, I'm here. I might give him a shout out, like say he has a business or he has some type of hustle. I might give him a shout out. But at the end of the day, I know what he's doing. He knows what I'm doing. You know, that's why I asked, are you communicating this information
I am
to
full.
them?
Like I said, I used to live the lifestyle that I didn't communicate. Where I didn't say shit. They were asking where you're going out, when you're gonna be back when I get back. Now I'm full communication. I over communicate because
Well,
I don't
are you
want.
communicating like while you're like, okay, you today, Sunday, you do a bunch of shows on Sunday.
Mhm.
Are you communicating in between?
Yeah, I text all the time. I'm because I'm on social media so much. I have no problem. And when I'm with the female, she's on all my pages. She knows what I do. I have no problem showing my inbox. There ain't nobody sliding them out.
No,
I'm
you
not
shouldn't
sliding.
have to show
I mean,
by your
I shouldn't have to, but my point is, if I'm in a relationship, I'm transparent. I don't. If I'm with you, it's because I want to be with you. I'm not with you because I want to have such steady and have some side chick too. That was not where my head is now. Back earlier in my life, yeah, that's where my head was at. But now, excuse me, that's not where my head is at. So that's why I find it, hilarious now that I know how to be a good man and know how to be a good boyfriend. I can't get in a relationship.
That's common.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
we
why.
talk about
That's why
this.
I'm not mad. That's
But
why I
it
am
don't
not
last
mad.
always. That type of stuff don't last always.
It's been a long 6 years. It's been a long 6 years.
Okay, but in those 6 years, you ain't been trying to act right these past 6 years.
Yes,
The whole 6 years, you
the
was trying
whole
to act right.
the whole. Why you think I bought the house and with everything? I was trying to settle down. I was trying to be a good dude.
Your house, right?
Yeah, and what was I? Single. So what was I doing? Single things.
Yeah, and then so you hit a little joint.
There you go.
You stood there at
There we
home.
go.
I mean,
I don't even think you took her home, nigga. Did you Uber her?
she ordered the lift to go back.
So therefore,
But she had it. I was the side, but I was the side dude.
Okay, but even still,
You ain't know that part.
Let me say, during these past 6 years,
Uh-huh.
you might have smashed and dashed the one. That's real.
In my life, I haven't really smashed and dashed anyway. That was something I did when I was younger. I haven't really, I
So
haven't
the
really
past
smashed.
6 years.
It's been only if it's been a one night stand, it's because she chose it that way.
Oh my god.
Okay, maybe you displayed some type of behavior. We had this conversation. You may have
After I busted a nut, what could I have done after I busted a nut?
Even before. My thing is, people don't understand, especially nowadays. If a woman meets you,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just whether or not she has to make a decision, whether or not, she wants to smash you. That's not the only decision.
I know that,
She also may be like, okay, he's smashable, but I would never date him.
and that's cool.
Because
I don't have a problem
of
with that.
what you've done and what you've said.
That's cool.
So you gotta act like we go back to what we talked about before. Sometimes the energy you put out there, because you might step on your own toes.
Yeah, that's cool. And that's my thing. Like, if you can't accept me for me, I'm going to say some outrageous shit. I'm going to do some outrageous shit.
Really?
And if you
Okay.
can't deal with that
Well,
and
sometimes-
think that something's wrong with that, then we're not going to make it because I'm going to do some wild
But-
shit.
but-
And if that ruffles your
maybe-
feathers, then we're not meant to be
Well,
together.
that would maybe why
Or you
you're
could-
single.
No, well,
Well,
the same way I
see-
give. If I see something, a trait in a female that I don't like, I'm not going to say the first time, "Oh, I can't be with her,"
But it
because
might
off
not
of
be the
that.
first time. You might do this often.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm going to give it a chance to see who this person is and be like, "Oh, is this all the time, or is this something on a regular?"
The thing is, you can't have no time. I'm gonna do some outrageous shit. You gotta have to compromise too.
I mean, I do. That's what I'm saying. Now, already shit I do now is nothing compared to the shit that I used to do.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Let me.
It's
take a
still
step back.
outrageous though,
Let me take
nigga.
a
But it
step
depends
back.
on who you're dealing with. If it's outrageous,
No,
it's all
let me
about
say this.
judgment.
Let me take a step back because what the society that we're in right now,
Mm-hmm.
I see so many men saying to women, see, that's why all y'all single because y'all don't know how to do X, Y, Z.
I've never
y'all
said
don't
that.
act like that. I'm not saying you.
Yeah, I've
I'm
never
not
said
saying you, but you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Men will tell a woman you need to change X, Y, Z because that's the reason why you're single. So for me, growing up the way that I grew up, and I have male friends that I always looked at as equal to me. So when it comes to certain things, I feel like it's certain advice can be gender neutral. The energy that you put out there is the energy you receive back. So sometimes it may be something you might want to look at inside yourself. This don't have to be here on this show, and you don't have to tell us. But there may be some things that you want to look at inside yourself, like okay, maybe when I do this might turn some people off, and that may be something that you're doing every single time you
Well,
meet
that's
or
cool.
encounter a person.
But see, the fact of the matter is, the fact that I know who I am, that I went through therapy and finally realized and love who I am. If you can't accept me for who I am, then it's not meant to be. And I'm going to accept you for you. It's going to be like one of the ladies that I'm talking to now. It isn't ideal. The situation isn't at all, especially in my favor. But because I understand situations happen, I understand no one's perfect. I understand there isn't a perfect person out there, that there's going to be things about a person that I'm not necessarily going to like. The question is, can I deal with it? Then it's my choice.
I
And
know
that's what
me
I say.
personally, I do the same
Yeah,
thing.
and that's what I say. If that's your choice to take that judgment because you
But
get a
it's not-
perception,
It might not be judgment.
I
You
under-
may be displaying
I
something that
understand.
they can't deal
But
with.
that's one of my tests that I do. And that lets me know that if I can't be this way and you find it a certain way, being you know who I am and you knowing that this isn't really who I am, just like folks test people on a regular basis. Because I've been in situations where I've given my all and thinking that person was the one for me, and then as you say, when the time came time for actions, the actions weren't there. But I put up with it because I listened to the words and not the actions. So now, I mean, I'm in the mindset, I hate to say it, that I've already reserved myself to say that I'm probably going to be single the rest of my life. If it happens that I do get in a relationship, great. But the same way I'm going to accept you for who you are, I need you to accept me for who I am.
Right.
And, you know, you were speaking about, you know, the grandparents and how, you know, back in the day they would find a way to work it out. One of my favorite comedians, Gerard Carmichael, he broke it down kind of a way that folks really aren't going to like it. But if you think about it, most of our grandfathers probably hit our grandmothers. Because back in those days, women had no rights, barely had education. Most of them got married at the age of 15, 16 because if they didn't have education and have a trade that they could go do something, which they really weren't allowed to work, their main job was to get married, pop out kids, and be a housewife. That means you had to deal with whatever attitude your arranged marriage or whoever you decide to settle down with. So some of those things that these grandmothers had to go through to keep the, you know, as Lady Antoinette said, to keep the household together, they had to swallow their pride and deal with a lot of bullshit that they didn't want to. So the whole, you know, staying loyal to your man and going through the rough spots, they didn't really have a choice.
That's why I said you take some of those qualities that people had as far as a relationship is concerned, and you can, I mean, like I said, relationships and circumstances are so different now. So some of the things, yeah, you can bring that along with you. Now,
That also comes in with not knowing who you are, because we have a lot of folks that go from one relationship to another one and don't step back and question, why didn't this work?
Right.
Like I take the toll on myself. Like I used to blame the females that I was with, but then you got to stay back and take a step back and look at it. What's the one constant in this situation? Is me.
Okay.
So it can't always be
So
somebody else.
You admitting to
I know.
to
Oh, I
sometimes it
know.
was
I
being
ain't.
your
Oh, I
fault.
know.
'Cause
I take.
You try to tell us all
No,
the time.
man,
It
that's
wasn't my
just
fault.
for comedy. I take responsibility. I've called
I'm
females.
talking about off the air.
No, I mean that's just talking shit. I've actually, like I told you, I've actually called some of my exes back 5-6 years later and apologized to them after I realized
Crazy, my ex did that.
we do grow
I
sometimes.
have a few exes that did
Yeah,
that.
because you grow when you go through shit and you like, oh, now that's what. And you know what? When you said I wasn't shit, you was right. I'm sorry. Could you please forgive me? I've made those phone calls before because it had to dawn on me and I wasn't mature enough until it happened. It might have been 2 or 3 years later. Luckily, they had the same number. I called her back. You know, I used to call them back anyway just to be an asshole. He was like, hey, what's going on? You remember me? I broke up with you. Yeah, I know. I was just checking, seeing how you was doing, you know, see if you might want to come through with something. Fuck you, Click. I just do shit like that just to be an asshole. But, yeah, I've actually called ex-girlfriends back and be like, you know.
You know what?
Because I actually.
No. I don't even want to know why. It came out.
I was about to say it
slipped out.
it actually
and I
worked
really
one
don't
time.
know. I really don't.
Because it actually worked one time.
You know, you got problems.
I mean, like I say, I take 1,000 no's for 4 yeses. That was my motto as an HVAC salesman. I take 1,000 no's for 4 yeses. I get shot down millions of times, but all it takes is to have one. Had one.
You are a very unique individual.
But yeah,
Why,
he
thank
should
you.
be drinking that Douce, right?
Yeah.
And he,
This is a
it
retrospective
has-
show tonight.
It has an effect on him, but yet he acts like he can't drink tequila.
Tequila.
I'm chill, but I'm chill though. See, off the white, it's a whole different
No,
asshole.
but there's been times like last week you had a moment.
You had me drinking Jim Beam last week. That ain't
I
do
didn't
it
have
safe.
you drinking
Actually,
anything.
we was drinking.
Uncle
Oh,
Nearest.
and Maker's Mark and Jim
No,
Beam.
last week it was Uncle Nearest.
Yeah.
See, had me drinking shit. I didn't know what I was drinking. See what I mean? Can't blame me.
You
It was
know
out-
what the
blame it on the
point of
alcohol.
Uncle
Do
Nearest. Really?
you realize Uncle what the significance of that was? Is because Uncle Nearest, this is what Jack Daniels stole his formula
Yes.
from
So if
from
you
the
drink
black
Jack,
slave.
you can drink Uncle
But we
Nearest.
had Maker's Mark too. I remember we
Not
had some
last
shots.
week
Yes,
we
we
did.
did because
That
he
was
poured a
the
couple of
time
shots of those
before.
last week. But that was before you got
Oh,
here.
okay.
Like I said, at the bar, right, I told you this dude bad peer pressure alcohol, man.
Who, me?
What he don't? If he didn't offer you alcohol, you still gonna
If
drink
you extend your
alcohol.
hand with a glass full of a beverage, adult beverage that is brown and it's cognac, I have no choice but to drink it. I'm sorry. It's
He
a
don't have
reflex.
to extend nothing.
He don't have to pour the glass
Who
either.
bought that Douce?
I did. That's why I'm sipping it right now. I bought it
Okay.
last week. I forgot it was in the
So
refrigerator.
you can't blame nobody but yourself.
But I'm chill with this. Last week, what was we drinking? That's why I was
Okay,
last
but
week. See,
don't you
I'm,
drink Jack?
no, not on the regular. Back in my day, it used to be my drink.
Time out.
Not on the regular.
That's not what she asked you.
They said, do I drink Jack? Yeah, but not on the regular.
No. It's only one word. It's drink Jack.
Yes or no?
I have drinking Jack before, but not a lot recently.
Okay then. No. It's a yes or no.
See,
You drink
Do
Jack.
you drink Jack?
I have drunk Jack
If you
before.
drink Jack, you can drink Uncle Nearest.
I understand that, but I haven't drunk Jack in a
It
minute.
doesn't matter.
It does matter. If I haven't drunk Jack in like a year or so, I'm going to have a
So
different
you
effect
have to
on
be
me.
familiar.
Yeah, I've been drinking cognac for a minute now, so that's why cognac can really, get me messed up and get me nice and chill where I want to be. But I drink some whiskey and bourbon mixed with some Jack Daniels too. I might get a little,
You say whiskey and bourbon mixed with Jack Daniels?
Ain't that what Maker's Mark is? A whiskey bourbon or what I
It's a
know?
whiskey. But do you know
Oh.
what Jack Daniels is?
That's a whiskey too. I know, but I forgot which one is a whiskey. That
Jim
Jim
Beam's a
Beam,
whiskey
that's the whiskey bourbon. I was taking shots of that too. So
confused. I was like,
yeah, I'm trying because he didn't want to. I'm normally a cognac sipper. He didn't want to got me experimenting with whiskey bourbons and whiskey and Mexican tequila and shit.
Let me say this. I brought in the Maker's Mark and I brought in the Uncle Nearest. So
Exactly.
you cannot blame 151.
But we're at the bar already.
Right, what
So
I'm
he's
saying-
automatically going to be linked in as an accomplice.
Oh,
He's guilty by association.
I tried to.
He guilty by association. We're at the bar radio.
Right, and you drinking at the bar. So
I have no choice because we at the bar.
Don't complain.
Lady Antoinette, he's never forgive me for the mixture.
Hell no, I still can't account for them 3 hours, motherfucker. I've been trying to figure that shit out for almost 2
And
months
I
now.
snuck you some white one day.
I know. I remember that day.
But
I
you
was
were
making
fine.
till I made some drunk Texas that night. Goddamn it.
He ain't never give me about that 151 incident.
I still don't remember, man.
Although I told him it's mixed with
He
151.
did. It was the context of the way he said it.
How did I
He
say
poured
it?
his drink first and was like, "Yeah, this is 151 mixed with Jim Beam," as in he was implying that was what was in his cup.
Well,
I
right.
didn't think that was what was in the whole half a gallon.
Did you see a bottle of 151?
No, I did not. I don't
All you
even.
saw was a bottle of Jim Beam.
But that's what I'm saying. You could have went to. You could have had it in your
Okay,
room or something.
let
I
me tell
didn't
you,
know.
You know, I'm a mom, and I tell my kids all the time, if you are unsure of something, the best thing to do is ask a question.
If you see a big bottle that says Jim Beam on it,
If
aren't you
someone
going to
is
assume that it's
pouring-
Jim Beam
if
in
someone
that
is
bottle?
pouring something
Not
from
some
a bottle,
poison.
and they say this is 151 mixed with Jim
But it was
Beam.
after he poured it. It wasn't while he was pouring. It was after he poured it. So I was assuming.
But if you didn't see the bottle of 151, you
I was
could've
already
said-
3 drinks in. What am I going to remember? All I remember it was the same.
So wait, have you had Jim Beam before?
Yes.
Did that taste like Jim Beam?
I don't know because I was doing some herbal medication before that, so I don't know.
My question to you is,
Uh-huh.
when someone handed you a drink, it never dawned on you to say, "What's this?"
Well, he did. I poured the drink myself because I did not know that the 151 was mixed in the half a gallon with the Jim Beam. If I'd have known that, I would have not have poured that drink.
So before pouring it,
Uh-huh.
did you say, "Hey, can I get some of your Jim Beam?"
He always told me to get the Jim Beam. I don't
Okay.
have to ask.
Oh,
So he's like, "This at the bar radio, get you a drink,
from
nigga."
now on,
Ex-
what you need to do
I learned that from a month
is
ago.
specifically say, "Hey, can I get some of this Jim Beam?" And if
That's
it's something mixed
why
with it,
I
that
bought-
would give him an
I
opportunity.
my own.
Well, no, because I've handed you a glass and you just drank it.
I said tonight. I wasn't talking about all the time.
I'm just saying this was recent. This
Yeah,
was
I
since
can
the
dig-
Jim Beam incident.
Shit happens, and like I said, that night I tested somebody. It's cool. Like I said, as long as I made it home safe, I ain't had no dents in my car. I'm good.
Oh my.
Cause that's what I do. I'll go look
You
out the
didn't
window.
have that much.
I know. That's what I still don't like to drink stuff that I don't like to drink and drive. Cause I don't know how it's
What?
gonna turn out.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't like to drink stuff I don't like to drink. you
Alright, so
you don't understand what I'm saying?
We're about to get off the air, but I guess I'm about to read y'all this.
Uh-oh.
Yes, please.
Someone just texted me on Facebook.
Oh
It
boy.
said, "I'm looking for 10 people who want to start their own radio station. Create your own name and become the next big thing. get paid off your stream, raise the income you need monthly, play all your favorite music, and put your friends on to support local artists in your city. And become an icon. Hit me up for slots. Your station is only $50.
Okay.
All I got to say is, no.
Let him
No.
answer.
Go ahead there, bro.
Let him respond.
The fuck are you talking about?
See, I try to be PC.
Like, real talk. If you're texting me, this is because you're watching the program and we have a buzz. And by the way, I mean, you gotta do your research before you start texting me bullshit. Why would I pay you $50 that I can do on my own? I'm on Spotify. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Periscope. I'm probably up your girl's ass in a minute. Like, I'm on so many different things, it doesn't make a difference.
After me,
I swear.
So,
What am I gonna do?
I mean, and honestly, it's just on the context of how you text me this. Like, on some bullshit.
No, it sounds like a robo type of thing.
It probably is.
They just copied and pasted and sent it, for
You
some
know.
reason.
Because they see that we're having a show. Like, what the fuck is your platform? Like, for $50, I know your platform ain't shit, first of all. For $50, like, dog, my internet costs more than that. It costs more to broadcast on my internet than what you're offering. So that means you can't do shit for me.
My bill is more than $50.
Yeah, my phone bill is more than $50. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I
Like,
just
$50
laugh
is what
at
I
him.
would pay for my niece's phone.
I just laugh at him, bro.
Like, real talk. I mean, it does sound like a bot, and I guess I'm gonna probably block you after this and delete your dumb ass because obviously you either a robot or you just dumb as fuck. We're creating a movement. Like, share, and subscribe. If you gave it a like, a share, and subscribe, I probably wouldn't even bad rap you so much. But to hit my inbox on some bullshit, like, dog, like real talk. I don't care if you're a robot, human, cyborg, whatever. I would wipe my ass with your career. And we'll leave it at that. CP3, you got any good words for us as we leave?
Oh God.
Like I said, if you're looking for a new user pre-owned certified Honda or anything else, come holler at your boy down at Honda Waldorf. Be on there first thing in the morning, 9 o'clock. Come holler at me. Got nice, clean cars, great deals, and great customer service. Make sure you check out Sports OTHP tomorrow night at a new time, 8 o'clock. We'll be talking MLB playoffs and the conclusion of Game 7 in the NLCS and see who's going to the World Series to face Tampa Bay. And then we'll be breaking down the Washington football team Week 6 loss to the New York Football Giants in detail on Monday night. And who knows whatever else you might catch me. I might go live tomorrow from the dealership. I might be at your baby mother's house with my feet up on the table with the fruit snacks and the juice box in my hand. Who knows?
You are a real side nigga.
I'm just saying, man, them fruit
Professional
snacks,
side nigga.
man, them fruit snacks be bomb, dog. You know they be
Professional
bomb.
side nigga / gunman number 2.
Hey, man, I mean, I'm diverse. I'm trying to diversify my
But you
portfolio.
trying to act right now.
I am. If the right woman act right with me, I will act right with her. That's the problem.
How she gonna act right with you when
You-
you out
Because
outside in the
they
streets?
because they switch up.
And you eating fruit snacks.
Right. What your
She
feet
gave
up?
them to me though.
No, she didn't. You went in the refrigerator and got it.
Well, I asked at least.
No, you didn't.
You drinking all the
She didn't give me an answer, but I went and got them. though. At least I asked before I went and took them. Shit.
You really? How did you know they was in there? You look first.
Everybody got fruit snacks.
You look first. You probably took one, because that's how black men do. Because I would have did the same thing. You would have took one, you ate one, and then you probably gonna act as you leave.
But I bought
and
back a
then take
full
another
pack.
one.
But I bought back a full pack though.
Dog, stop bullshit.
I did. Little nigga ain't even miss 'em.
You know what? Now you sound like you like you.
I love the
kids.
kids. I love the
Fuck
kids.
out of here.
I love the kids. I love the kids.
What's your IG and all that other
Yeah,
shit?
check me out. Carol Port on Instagram, Carol Port III on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. That's with 3 eyes, not the number 3. Check out sportsothp.com. Go click on the Sports OTHP apparel line. Copy a new apparel. You saw the hoodie that I had on the pregame. You see the Sports OTHP apparel I got, sponsored by Kuz and Sports OTHP apparel. Shout out to Assad. Hit me up. Still got some shirts left. Got the winter fall apparel coming out soon. About to get some sweatshirts, hoodies, sweatpants, all that good stuff. And some booty shorts for the ladies because I want to see Sports OTHP on your ass when you walk down the street. But other than that, CP3. CP3 live from At the Bar Radio. I catch you tomorrow night.
And then you got the thought attire for men, the gray sweats. So you got the gray sweats.
I got
and
both
some booty
sides covered.
shorts.
I'm not sexist. I give it out for both sides. Dead ass
You're
with.
just terrible. You
What?
got thought attire all the way around.
Lady Antoinette look like she really want to go off with you.
Right. So you want it across her butt.
I'm just saying, to see Sports OTHP on a nice
I hope
fat
you get
ass.
a whole bunch of flat booty girls coming at you.
The ultimate insult.
Everybody got ass when you bend them over, baby. I'm sorry.
They just gonna be walking around.
It ain't gonna be a lot of ass.
twerking, air flapping under the shorts.
Nah, we gonna cut that video. I'm
See?
sorry. Nah, we
These
can't
skinny
do
women, no offense, stop twerking.
Oh,
that. Look like you're hurting your back.
you got some Miley
It look like,
Cyrus.
it look like
Hmm.
you
You
probably
got some Miley Cyrus
look
on.
like you
Nah,
trying to
I
put
ain't got
two together
none.
to start a fire. Cut that shit
Yeah,
out.
look like the chick off of that Bob's Burger joint.
I just need you. Can you have like some what are sweatpants for the women?
I'm working on those too. I'm working on the
okay.
leggings,
Oh,
sweatpants.
but the booty shorts is on that's
Because
priority.
y'all like yoga pants, y'all like booty shorts. You know, you like to throw that, throw them on there for your man in the bedroom. Say hot stuff on the backside.
Hot stuff. That's why he's single, right there. That's what it
That's
is.
your boy.
We found out.
I'm just
That's your man's in them. For the DMX man.
Hot stuff.
That's your man's in them.
Right, hot stuff.
Hey man,
What that
it's
dude
nice.
say
It's
now?
nice and warm
Put that there.
sometimes.
That was
It's
terrible.
almost gone.
That was awful.
You say it's the devil.
You just came out with a line for thoughts.
Oh my
That's
God.
what you did.
They making them already. Why can't I capitalize?
Uh-huh. Like, t-shirts, hoodies,
Yeah, skull caps.
Skull caps, that's cool.
Yeah,
And then you got your thought lines.
got
too.
your
I
got
you.
your thongs and your boy
I
shorts.
got, oh my goodness.
Where can
Yeah.
they find you, Lady Anthony?
I am Lady Antoinette. Search me on Facebook. Got a new site up on there. I will not be defecating on people.
I won't be either, unless the price is right. Sure, money talk. Bullshit. Whoa.
Check me
That shit
out.
falls for the right amount.
This is terrible. But you can check me out. All new stuff will be on there. So as it comes, follow me. Like.
Go subscribe.
Right, like subscribe.
You can catch us on this At the Bar on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe that. My Facebook page is Rakeem Bell. IG Rakeem151. Twitter Rakeem151. See, kind of go together. Shout out to Eric Kuzil. Shout out to Queen's mother, Chef Rock. Actually, I'll be posting the picture soon. He actually got a At the Bar podcast T-shirt, and he's also one of our supporters, and he actually paid for it. It's always a good thing. So
No bullshit.
No,
Right.
we'll talk, and I say that because we when we talk about this stuff, we want to support black businesses and stuff like that. But a lot of people think support black business means I need something for free.
Free.
That's not supporting
Or
black business.
reduce.
And I would have gave Chef Rock a T-shirt to that because he's my cousin. He insisted on paying me.
Amen.
And he did that previously with when my nephew Renegade was performing, and I was like, "No, I'll give you a ticket." He was like, "Nah, I want to give you the money," and he insisted because that's actual support.
Right.
The one thing about this is I always tell people is I want y'all to remember this. Facebook social media is a tool that we can use. And you can use social media to be great, or you can use social media to cry about shit. There are so many artists that I see out there, and y'all will spend 6 days out the week to complain about haters, and one day to praise someone who supports you.
Indeed.
Back the people that support you and worry less about the people that don't.
But the problem is, most of them don't have. I'm
This
just-
is my time to talk. I get to
My bad,
I
man.
gave you.
That haters
That
thing is
do
funny.
say.
So I would tell people, concentrate on what's going on, Nadia. My homegirl always watching, doing her thing. We salute you, Kiki Grinder. I always will tell people, worry less about the people that hate you and show more love to the people that do. And focus on the people that do, because they give you better energy.
Right.
When I got caught up and I preached hate and I talked about hate, and I talked about it so much I got hate. So now I just changed. I preach about love and and we joke and we have fun and it's it's comical.
Right.
And I have more of a better vibe with it and when we get things. We ate up all the food. CP3 been off this Douce.
Man, it was good, man. I'm sorry.
And he twisted.
It was good,
come over
too.
one Sunday when we grilling the podcast.
Yeah, you gotta come over early. You can't come over late. Food be gone.
So with the drinks.
Yeah.
So I urge people to definitely, promote your fans, promote the people that love you, rather than talk about your haters every day. So I know they get you, and you know what? The thing about it is though, if you watch all these artists on social media, they talk less about the people that support them, but they give more energy to the people that hate them.
Right.
If you show more love to the people that support you, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna support you more.
Yep.
It's simple. It's just very, really, really, really simple. And we'll be back next week, and we'll be back next week, and then at the end of the month, we'll be premiering Renegade Video.
Dessert.
Indeed.
And I might even have him here for that day, depending on his schedule. But I think it'll be good. We have him in, and we'll premiere the video, and hopefully Carl won't bring his super duper pop.
We shouldn't need it. I don't think I'll bring it. I hope not.
And I know he has a name for it.
CP3.
No, I really
will
don't,
not
man.
Give us an honest answer on that one.
No, I don't. I just say my 45.
And now the world knows he has a 45.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's actually a 40, but I call it a 45. I'm getting a 45 soon. I wanted a 45, but I had to get a 40 because they didn't have no 45s in stock. So, because it's legal.
Oh, okay.
I went to the store and purchased it legally.
It is legal.
We're so proud of you.
I have my card and everything.
There you go. We're
But I
proud.
bet you he has an illegal gun too.
Or had one at one point.
Da 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 da.
Alright, so we're gonna play Baby J. So Baby J is from my people from Tune Squad Hitters. And Renegade actually mixed this song. He recorded it in the Renegade studio. He is only 15 or something like that. So we'll end it with Baby J, and I'll probably play one more after Baby J, and then we out. We'll be back here next week as always. And it's funny though because no one actually called in to make CP3 switch.
Yeah, that's the first time. That's the first time in a long
Your
time.
face be funny as
I
shit when
appreciate
shit
that. I needed my heart to stay in my
Some
chest today.
calls for CP3.
No, I'm glad my chest
You
is
know
good.
what?
My
I
heart
might
stayed in my
do
chest.
some investigating.
Nah, you
go.
don't
And
need
you know
to
what
do
you need to
that.
do? You need to
No.
go have one of the women
No.
that said he was cute
No.
on your
And
post
call
and
in.
have him call in.
No, we don't need to do that. No.
I think we should.
Yeah, I think they should
No,
call.
we don't need to
Yeah.
do that.
I'm gonna
No.
revisit that post.
No,
Yeah, you might need to.
no, we don't need to do that.
Yes, we
No.
should.
No, we good. We had a great show. No calls. Nobody making my heart jump out my chest.
Okay,
We
well,
good.
next week we can.
Damn, I just got a text too. See y'all fucking around. I just got a text messing
Oh,
with y'all.
yes, honey.
You know what?
Yes,
Let's get ready to get off air. I don't need no
Get
surprises.
some Patron. Get some Patron and then see what you say.
There's gonna be problems. We're gonna get taken off the air.
Got your book?
What you doing?
You
I
gonna
hopped
know
in
it?
the booth.
Nah, she just said we still on air. Somebody just mentioned our name.
What he did. If you one of my niggas ain't
I told you we still talking.
keep it it's all and never change. That mean no talking to the pig. I don't know none of you
I
niggas.
know.
Why you speaking on my name? You just one of my niggas.
Yeah, we cool. We talk.
Have you seen her in person?
Cause I've been working. I've been training every day, so I ain't had a chance. And she worked.
Still saying Clinton?
I know she working Clinton.
How you not know this? What she say?
I think I do. We talked about it. I forgot.
You
Man.
want me to take up the conversation? I'm about to get you some booty tonight. I'm trying to tell you.
There you go.
I hopped in the booth cause they was sleeping on the kid. A situation happened, ain't no saying what it did. If you one of my niggas, ain't no saying what it is. Keep it solid, never change, that mean no talking to the pigs. I don't know none of you niggas, why you speaking on my name? That's one of my niggas, I'm the since I set your brain. Forever stay 10 toes, you know that I never change. Quiet nigga, but I bust you if you go against the grain. So my mama shed a tear, and that stuff tore me up to piece. Had to cut some
She
niggas
gonna do
off
that,
because
AB.
them niggas started racing.
She gonna do that, AB, because I ain't never hit her with that before.
My niggas dead or in the box because they father didn't teach. I legit herbal, it's forever. I just wish that I was dead.
That's why she's probably looking at it like, what the fuck?
I'm trying to tell you how I feel, but niggas act like they ain't care. I live grandma, I'm Uncle Fox, and I just wish that you was here. I hopped in the booth cause they was sleeping on the kid. A situation happened, ain't no saying what he did. If you one of my niggas, ain't no saying what it is. Keep it solid, never change, that mean no talking to the pigs. I don't know none of you niggas, why you speaking on my name? You touch one of my niggas, I'm the since I set your brain. Forever stay 10 toes, you know that I never change. Quiet nigga, but I bust you if you go against the grain.
Yes, Ms. Dora. Yes.
Gonna make me have to go home and get my Viagra's.
What is it? What's wrong?
If you ain't a boss, switch your position. They hating me on the low. I
Hey,
cannot
bro.
listen. I pack your bag if you tripping. I got me your superstition that you been looking for ways. Get me up off this mission. My grandma told me, boy, watch what you bitching. You stay safe at the base. And not what you whipping. They just all in my business. Scotty knows just where to pivot. Flow like I be rapping. Tiptoeing J's when I'm riffing. They say I be hot, but I think I'm sizzling. Surgically put on the clinic. Spitting out just to a dentist. Try to do me some good.
Yeah.
They say I'm a menace.
So it's a cover room. It's a cover room in ED.
My image, but we can't really change what you already felt, and nobody can accept. We never did help, never did it to mention. So let's call
Okay.
all attention. Let's just show you what's real and just get back to this business, you know. Trying to make a flip up off a quarter fee. This is what it is and what it's supposed to be.
These people get on my damn nerves.
Right here, if you ain't noticed me, it's them Southside squad niggas supposed to be. We been right here, if you ain't noticed me. We been right here, if you ain't noticed me. We been right here, if you ain't noticed me. We been right here, if you ain't noticed me. Step up to me. That be a no-no. I be deaf 'cause they so-so. WWE. I got the game in the chokehold. Stay big just like a logo. Just keep
You
it
gonna
on
be
the
so
low.
proud of
They
me.
think I'm back on my mojo. Still be great. Either riding or solo. Used to
I took
bang up
over.
them sinkos. Just to make back that ocho. Throwing in some OC. When I was loving that cocoa. Spit it all on some promo. I'm talking tables and photos. Dying for what I love. I forgot about the Toto. Don't become a D-Rush. That mean you breaking the broco. Man, all of these threats. I might just buy me
You ain't even talking about it?
Try to get all of these checks. So
just
I don't see you just no more. Man, you rapping that niggas. I see you the
And how long has this been?
when I touch
How long will you put that post up? I don't force shit no more. I just lay back in the cut. Man. They say I'm over aggressive, so I just lay back in the cut. Man. Being straightforward is considered aggressive now. It's that Renegade. Go check it out, Renegade 703.